And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Land of Dreams and Nightmares. I am Esper, your humble dungeon master, and we actually have 4 players today.
And we're live.
Oh, someone's got the volume on. Can you mute that?
Yeah, my thing unplugged for a second.
Getting an echo in there. Okay, cool. Before we start off, I do want to give a really quick thank you, a gigantic thank you for reaching 25,000 subs. This is a big milestone for me, and I'm really, really stoked about that. So, round of applause, everyone. Round of applause. Woo, yeah! All right, let's introduce the characters real quick, and then we'll dive into the adventure. So we'll do Adam, Dennis, Vince, Warser.
All right, I'm Adam, and I'm still playing Kivish Alyavarden of the clan Ursvamp, who is a level 7 Dwarf Druid of the Circle of Dreams.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dennis, and I play Lykar, the level 7 Storm Sorcerer.
And Vince, the newcomer.
Oh, sorry, I think I got Warsor before me on mine. I am Vince. I played Drakefell, a Shadow Monk with a hint of Rogue, and this one is great.
Hello, everyone. I'm Warsor, playing Captain Noxiqual, the hexblade Warlock, level 7.
Oh, and real quick, I always mention this at the end, but I want to say it at the beginning. I do have a Discord channel. For those of you that are on Discord, I've got a link down in the video description. So if you'd like to join on in and chat with us about D&D or just kind of anything, you are more than welcome to join on the Discord. So last time that we were with the player characters, they were entering into the dungeon underneath Omen Mox. Omen Mox is a ruined temple. It used to be a temple to the god Illus the Lantern, a god of knowledge and light. It was destroyed 2 centuries ago, many years ago, when a titan named Vorstbrand, a titan of frost and fire, attacked there, and it was a mutually lethal battle. It left the temple smashed up and bits of it crumbled. There is also a huge crater in the ground at the center of the temple from which a massive geyser is bursting, erupting regularly. The 3 know and love actually were joined by Orgrim Halfgrey, a dwarven mage of sorts. Is one of the emerald mages from Norgal's Rock. And they entered beneath Omen Mox seeking answers about Drekengrim, about the past, about Lykar himself, his power, and what's going on with these brewing power sources in the area. After Omen Mox, the plan is to head up to Dirge Caverns to meet up with the army of Norgal's Rock, where there's going to be an assault against the Swamp Queen, who is now apparently in league with the Mer Queen, and there has been much necromantic activity spawning from there. Kivish even had a dream about that at one point. All right, guys, so let's see. Last time, you were going through the different chambers underneath the temple. There were some arcane traps and puzzles.
Lots of traps.
Anyone else have any specific memories or details that seem important to reflect upon?
Yeah, Mage Hand is not a magic solution in anything.
Unless you're an arcane trickster.
Indeed. Also, stones are important, but staffs can be snakes. Staves can be snakes.
Yeah.
So the last chamber that you had reached, or rather 2 of you had reached, it was Noxiqual, and who was with you? Lykar, I believe?
Yes.
Yes, you used Dimension Door. You slashed open a slit in the very fabric of the reality of space there. And you passed through the warded stone slab to the other side. You were unable to get through the traps or the puzzle. And you found yourself on a stony ledge, or there's like kind of a cave, a scarred cave that has the indications of some great battle long ago. Beyond that's a stony ledge overlooking the geyser chamber, this huge chamber with boiling water at the bottom. There's actually some crude stairs going down to a platform in the center of it. And then from there, they go down into other tunnels that are lower below. There's also a massive tunnel. The stairs do not connect to that one, but a huge one down there. And you determine that you're going to use Dimension Door, taking rests as you need at intervals to kind of ferry your allies through in order to proceed farther into this dungeon. Okay, so that's going on. Noxiqual, he takes his rest as he needs. He uses Sombris, his black blade, and through teleportation magic is bringing his allies across one at a time. But there is a newcomer. You all do not know this one. Let's cut to him. Drake. Drake Fell. You are not from Drekengrim. You are from Bazagon, the great metropolis island at the center of the world, the last brightly burning light of civilization in a world that has otherwise been racked by many tragedies, wars, and other supernatural catastrophes. You yourself have had some of your own personal troubles, have you not?
I have. This one happens.
Yeah. You fled your temple, Sunderwave Temple, on one of the outlying islands of Bazagon, and you've been in hiding for a time. At a particular village, you met a priest of Dionysus, the god that you serve as well. His name is Luto. This priest Luto said that he can get you on board a ship that was headed for none other than Drekengrim.
The Siren's Kiss.
The Siren's Kiss, that is the name of the ship indeed. You were headed for a small port city called Grenadoa. So you left the island town of Seagate of the city-state of Bazagon, and you were sailing. The crew is a rough crew, superstitious ones as well, and you quickly realize that they serve no god. They actually give homage to an entity known as Nyarlathotep, the Wandering King. One of the great old ones, a strange entity of power that, well, is from beyond. You also,
sorry.
Drake, you and Luto pieced together that the cargo in this ship is beyond just regular trade goods. So you're not sure what it is, but it seems like they're wanting to barter or bargain off some special cargo of note that they're keeping under lock and key. They refer to Drekengrim as an accursed land, and by the grace of Nyarlathotep, they are going to reach there. However, as you get close to the island nation of Drekengrim, far in the northwestern corner of Ikoria, a thick fog rolls in on the ocean. You can't be more than 80 miles from the coast. But the ship founders. The wind completely dies out, and you're encompassed by fog. You've lost your bearings. You've lost all visibility. You're not even sure which direction you're drifting in here. Should they row? Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll smash into rocks. There's a lot of danger and unknown. The rites and praises of the crew to Nyarlathotep have gotten more and more severe, and Luto fears that they are going to resort to human sacrifice if things do not pick up or clear up very soon. And Luto says, Drake, I want you to accompany me enacting a great prayer to Dionysus. We will call to the Lord of Fury. He will bring in the storms, the winds. He will clear away this fog, and we will sail on to Grenadoa.
This one will follow you. This one will help you with the prayers. Let us go to the bow of the ship.
When I say the words, repeat along with me as best you can. I will initiate. You will echo. At one point, I will need you to light the candle, the central candle, with this taper here. He hands you a small unlit white taper. He has one of his own. The crew is watching you all, and so he lights this big candle that is it's a beeswax swirled of different colors. There's reds, there's yellows, there's white. Simultaneously, you light it. He speaks words of praise and power to Dionysus, the Fury, god of battle and storms. And his voice raises. As his voice raises, so do the winds. And indeed, a great storm does descend upon the sea here. And the sea begins to churn, and the waves grow more intense, and the ship sways and rocks. And you ride the swells, and there is a bellow from below. A sound that is like a behemoth, a guttural bellow, a roar from the deeps. This cannot be Dionysus. Is your god with you? Is the god in battle with some other great entity? You're unsure. The crew is shouting. They're running back and forth. One of them runs at Luto with a dagger, screaming, blasphemer, and how dare you bring in your god who is not welcome here. Luto is struggling with this man. And from the black waters below, a massive tentacle raises up and strikes the ship. There's a sound of cracking beams. You barely keep your footing. Men are screaming and running about, some of them in terror, some of them in rage. Some are even chanting to Nyarlathotep. What do you do?
Drake is going to make a rush to help his friend, Luto. Try to get pull the man off.
Mm-hmm. Make an athletics check.
Okay. That is not good. 7.
You hear a sound of pain. Luto screams, "Ah!" Flecks of blood come out of his mouth. He is shivved a couple times in his torso, flung to the side. The knave-like crewman stands there. You're next. What do you do?
I fall into stance to defend myself.
Okay. He comes at you with the knife again. Something heavy smashes into the ship. Crack! It nearly topples over. Make an acrobatics check.
17.
Okay. You keep your footing as best you can. You're kind of sliding. You grab hold of the gunwale, of the ledge there. And what's the word I'm looking for here? The side of the ship, the railing thing.
But it's pretty much called gunner or
bulwark. Yes.
I'm not sure on it.
You grab the bulwark, and the man with the bloody knife goes flying overboard. For a moment, through the thick mists, you see some ugly, bestial, behemoth-like face just below the waves, consuming him. I mean, it devours him whole. They're screaming all over the place. Your friend, the trusted Ludo, is on the ground. He's rolled, across the deck. His blood is like a spattered streak. He is weakly crying out to Dionysus. What do you do?
Is he in reach of me to grab onto him, or do I need to make a jump to get to him?
Okay, you pull yourself along the bulwark until he is at your feet.
Once there, I'm going to take a look at his injuries, see if I can stop the bleeding.
There are sprays of water. The swells are dousing the deck. It's dark. There's water everywhere. You see blood. He's saying something.
I'm going to listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, he is calling out to his god. If this be my last hour, to your great hall of battles, I commend my spirit. Give your strength to this one here. He touches you. He grasps your shoulder firmly.
I'm going to reach out, grabs his shoulder as well while holding onto the bulwark.
There was another tremendous thud. It sounds like thunder, the sound of beams cracking and crunching. Men scream. You see guys flying overboard. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is not good. 12.
You go flying off the deck along with Luto as well. Smack! The water hits you like a terrible slap. Let's see. You're unarmored, are you not?
I am.
Okay. Make an athletics check. Swimming here is very, very difficult as the sea is violent.
7.
The taste of brine goes down your throat. You're gulping in water. You're going beneath the churning waves. From the shadows of the depth, you see a second entity, not a behemoth, no leviathan or kraken or whatever fell creature this is. No, it is a face, a still face, a mask like composed of shadow or onyx. And it says, if you hear this in your mind, this is a telepathic, yeah? If you would survive this incident, come, I may have use for you yet. There is something like a black shadowy portal. Do you go with this?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the portal. And it's got to be better than being stuck in this stormy seas.
To one side, this terrible kraken beast is lashing out with its tentacles, trying to grasp hold of you. To the other side, a mask of onyx, a smirking, grinning, masked one. You say, well, the shadow is better than being devoured by this creature, and you enter into blackness. All is dark around you. You feel as if you're floating or flying or being flung. There's something that I'm interested in that ship. I would be very happy if you would go back and retrieve that for me. Speak with Noxiqual. He might be able to find the shipwreck at a later time.
This one will, if you save its life.
You agree to his terms, and he doesn't seem to be an entity that you might want to cross. From the darkness, there is a blade. It cuts, and you are pulled through. Noxiqual, you have just used your final dimension door to make the other side of the slab. As you slash through, it is not just you and Kivish, but another person comes out.
That's a good trick.
He stumbles onto the ground, soaking wet. Vince, what do they see?
They see a wood elf, average height, slightly on the short side, brown hair, kind of shaved into a mohawk, but a wide one. Goes back to his short ponytail, reaches only the back of the neck. Dark brown robes soaked with water. He has a simple sack bag on his strap to his back. On his shoulder, clutching tightly, or actually in his arms, clutched tightly, is a fledgling phoenix. Not phoenix, falcon. Sorry.
A living falcon, a bird.
Yes.
Yep.
Comes with his background falconer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then you three, what does this new one see?
That's easy. Would it be permissible if I show a picture?
Go for it.
Turn off my camera for a second. Darn, it's not doing it. I updated my profile picture, but I'll just describe him. It hasn't updated yet. You see Captain Noxiqual. He's man, looks fairly young, and he's got a bit of a scruffed beard. He's wearing a vest and white sort of long sleeve shirt that goes up to his elbows. Boots, belts, pants, baggy kind of pants. He has an eye patch over his right eye. That's important. And a black hat that has a little cut in the front, very sailorish. He has a sword sheath across his back that looks like it houses a very big sword.
I think you have a sword in hands at this moment, actually, as you've just...
I do. You're right. I do have a black cutlass.
And the blade.
Yeah.
The blade is dark, like onyx.
Correct. And the only other notable thing about the blade is the hilt has what looks like a closed eye kind of design to it.
And you're also armored well.
Yes, you're right. I am wearing a half plate armor. Yeah.
He's wearing a suit of adamantine half plate.
Holy shit, that's right. Yeah.
All right, and there's two other fellows here in this cave.
Yes, there is a dwarf who looks very dwarven. The beard larger, bushier, and perhaps even slightly more unkempt than most. Clad in a buff coat of eel hide, a large, wide-brimmed, floppy hat that is festooned with a menagerie of different kinds of feathers and like some vines and what look to be some mushrooms growing out of it, maybe even. In his one hand, he's got a staff. It's an old gnarled branch that ends in a carved snake head of an adder specifically. And in the other hand, he holds a nymph carven of rosewood with black pearls for eyes. And kind of near him, there's a little pony on the ground, which looks to be made of tar or some sticky black swamp ichor with glowing white eyes.
And last but not least, Lykar.
Okay, when you look at Lykar first, he looks like a very unassuming half-elf. But upon closer inspection, you can see the, especially his clothes, where you can't tell if his robes look like a dark sky or a rippling water flowing around them. They almost like kind of move around as you stare at them. Has a very finely etched dagger with a lightning bolt on the handle, and has a crossbow, and he has just, like I said, the more you look at him, the more you would you think you're underestimating what you're looking at.
Oh, and there is another member. There is another dwarf. Whereas Kivish here is clearly a man of the land and quite favorable of swamp flora. This other dwarf is more of a well-kempt, kind of a proper-looking fellow. His clothing is white and green. He has a breastplate, polished well. He's got a staff in hand, and then at one hip he's got a warhammer. At the other hip he has a wand in a wand holster, we'll say. And he can't believe this. Bro! By the cobwebbed cunt of Loth! Who be that?
My sword immediately whips down to this guy's throat, and I'm just like, you better say who you are and where you came from.
This one is known as Drake Fell. This one comes from the Sunderwave Temple. This one was at sea.
You know, that was some trick there you have done, Noxiqual, but in all my dreams I have not seen this. What have you done?
Wait, you didn't bring him through? Orgrim says to Noxiqual.
This is not within my power to make him appear.
He, the dwarf, Orgrim, yeah. He looks at you, Drake, and he says, "Be you a gate crasher?"
This one does not mean to crash gates.
Ah, I can't make out your accent. I'm not good with a elven tongue.
This one did not mean to crash any gates. This one simply came. Or this one was sent.
You didn't mean to come through. What was an accident? What was you just going up for a late night snack and stumbled on through?
This one was sent by a higher being.
What were you doing right before you came to be
This
here?
one was praying to its god.
There
And
are
which
no
god,
gods
pray tell, do you serve?
that still live anyways.
Give me 1 second. I gotta double check.
It's all good. I know, sir.
This one prays and serves Dionysus.
Dionysus. A Basagonian deity, but he's also worshipped in the Northlands, Naperna, Magnaland. What are you doing here?
This one was getting away from this one's temple.
And Dionysus pulled you through his portal there.
This one believes so.
You saw Dionysus with your own eyes.
This one saw a man with a mask. This one believes he was Dionysus.
Just letting you know, Vince, it was only a mask.
Okay.
The entity was just
Oh, so
a
it's
mask.
just a mask.
It
Okay.
was just a mask, a little grinning, not little, but a large grinning mask, as if composed of shadow.
Almost like a Guy Fawkes mask.
I
Kind of
believe we
style grinning.
I believe we can trust this one. If his tale be true. It
Wait.
does have a ring of truth to it.
But that wasn't Dionysus you saw there, lad.
And how would you know?
Dionysus isn't a black mask. You're...
Do you not believe that the
Patron
gods
is-
can take any form they wish?
Well, in all my studies, I don't know Dionysus as a trickster.
Nothing says that a mask is necessarily associated with that.
What else did this masked being tell you?
This,
What's your name?
this one is known as Drake Fell.
Drake fell. Well, I'd say Drake fell quite a long way to get here. I am Orgrim. Orgrim Half-Grey.
This one is glad to meet you, Ogrim.
I am Captain Noxiqual. It is good to meet you, Drakefell.
Gives a small bow of his head to the captain.
All right, so Orgrim, he's an inquisitive sort. He's asking a lot of questions. Are you okay with that?
I'm perfectly fine
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
So you're
I might
you're
try to curb his questions a little bit, but I'm not going to just outright tell him not to.
yeah. The main thing he wants to know is he wants to say, like, what did this masked one say or do? And do you basically tell him everything?
I tell him I'm supposed to search for something on the ship that I was on, and I will explain that the ship was sunk
Mm-hmm.
by an unknown entity, because I'm not even sure what attacked it. All I know is large. It had it looked like it had tentacles,
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't be sure what it is.
And the masked one
Sounds
specifically
like-
said the captain would take you to the shipwreck at a later time, and he's interested in that cargo.
He also mentioned me by name.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, what I mean, the newcomers has come in at a pretty interesting moment here. You all are not exactly just taking a pleasure stroll through a field of daisies. This be a place of many arcane wards and elemental beings. We're not really welcome here, but we talked to the ones up there on the surface, and well, the best I can figure, we made something of a truce with them. But the old ones, they are said to dwell down here, and bad tempers they have.
Well, we haven't actually met them yet, so I guess that remains to be seen. But I wouldn't wager on a warm welcome.
So Drake, you see that you're in a cave. It's a scarred cave. There are slashes, grooves, scorch marks along the walls, as though some tremendous battle took place here long ago. To one side, there is a shut stone slab, which Orgrim tells you is highly warded and protected. They couldn't get through it. That's why he was using Dimension Door. And to the other direction, there is a wide tunnel leading out to a stony ledge that seems to be overlooking a tremendous cavern. And at frequent intervals, there is a rumble. The whole ground will like start to shake. And they tell you there's a massive geyser. That's where the geyser's at. That's the chamber.
Gotcha.
And they're delving down here looking for clues to what, to the past of Drakengrim, to what's getting ready to happen. Apparently there is a Titan that is going to be resurrected from down here. His body's down here.
Drakefell, I have a proposal for you. You help us out here and come with us and fight in this battle that we'll be going for. And I'll take you on my ship, take you on as one of my crew, and help you out with what you need. Do. What do you say?
This one will
is
follow.
a bit more trustworthy than he seems.
It's going to be dangerous. Have no illusions about that.
This one does not fear death.
That's what I like to hear. But don't go seeking it neither. Come, let us go. Lykar, there's much for you to discover below.
Absolutely, and someone else to go first for a change.
Consider
Well,
this.
what do you guys think? This chamber ahead
Has the
holds
stairs.
tremendous power and danger.
Yep.
No one's gone up and looked over the ledge yet, but you can
We
tell
have.
this is where the geyser is erupting.
We did last time, me and Lykar, remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, so there is a massive cave, and if you go, it's like a shaft. You know, it's a huge shaft. You estimate to be maybe about 300 feet in total. This ledge there is like 100 foot from the ledge up to the mouth, and then beyond that's like, you know, open sky. That's like back up into the ruined temple, and then dropping down is maybe 200 feet or so into a pit of boiling geyser water or whatever that liquid is. There's a crude stone stairs that go down from the ledge. There's a roughly circular shaped stony platform, and then the stairs continue. There's a smaller tunnel down there. There's a second smaller tunnel that's not connected to those stairs, like you would actually go in through the liquid, yeah. And then at the other end, at the bottom, there is a huge, like 50-foot wide tunnel.
Titan-sized. Well,
It seems rather precarious.
if you don't mind me asking, Drakefell, what sort of skills and things do you have that might be useful in this situation?
Yes, you may be Drakefell, but it would not be.
I will be frank with you. We are all magic users.
This one deals with shadows. This one can blend in, disappear, and reappear to strike with ease. This one does not use weapons other than its button.
Interesting. So you use shadows, but you are not a mage.
This one is no match.
Interesting. There may be some things that we have to discuss later, but for now, how fast do you think you could make it down these steps to that dais down there? How far is it, Esper?
All right, so Drake, if you want, you can go take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look.
All right.
I'm gonna double check my movements.
Okay, so you get to the ledge, the edge of this platform, about as close as you might think is advisable. Looking at these stone steps that make their way down, you would be traversing some 90 feet to get to the platform in the middle. The biggest problem that you're seeing is this geyser. It erupts pretty frequently. And you can just tell this water is like scalding hot. It shoots up, spatters back down.
So the
A steaming,
platform,
boiling rain.
the platform, is it in dim or darkness, or is it get like straight light shining straight down?
At the moment, it is filled with daylight. The top.
Okay.
Well, okay. Let me amend that slightly. The daylight is almost a shaft coming down, and it's going to illuminate, we'll say, most of that platform and, you know, part of the space in the centermost part of this geyser chamber. And then beyond that, it's just, you know, ambient and indirect light.
All right.
Are you looking for areas to teleport?
Yeah, because I can use shadow step up to 60 feet, so I can make my like 40 foot dash, and then use the shadow step to get onto it. But it would have to be in dim or darkness.
You could teleport onto, you know, part of that platform. The whole thing is not illuminated so brightly, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that's what
we'll say the southwestern sort of edge of it is dim enough where you feel you could step through the shadows. You do feel still a bit concerned because this geyser erupting, but being on the platform should give you some protection. It would certainly help. It'd be better than just being out in the open or caught on those staircases when it erupted.
This one couldn't make it. This one can make it with ease. And then I'm going to point to the one place that I can shadow step to. This one can get to there quickly.
I think it's a matter of timing here. We have to be sure that geyser won't go off. Even if you could get there instantly, if the geyser goes off in that instant, that's no good.
So
Now the geyser. No, go ahead.
Oh, by now we've been able to probably observe any pattern of regularity it might have, right?
That's what I was going to ask. Is there any like approximate time, like a minute to 3 minutes, or that the geyser goes off?
It goes off very frequently. You've seen it go off almost like nonstop for a minute. And you see it die down almost for a minute, and everything in between.
So
But it is
it's
kind of unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
almost as unpredictable as a random die roll, one might say.
Clearly, the clockwork arcana of Nirvana, of Mechanus rather, the clockwork Nirvana of Mechanus is not in control of this location. The wild force of primal elements hold their sway. The air here is getting uncomfortably hot up on this ledge, and the sulfurous vapors are like stinging at your nostrils. You don't really like being there, I imagine.
Can I ask, just to clarify, if we got on this dais, would we be safe, or would it rain back down on us still on there?
You're looking at it, you do see the rain spattering, or, well, I'm calling it rain, yeah, it's spattering back down onto it. It would help, though.
Where we would be in safety? Into the tunnel, the other tunnel.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the ledge you're on now, or if you made it all the way down there and got into that tunnel, that
How
also
far?
would be protected.
How far would it be to get to the tunnel? Just give me a feet.
Just
rough.
straight, just a straight line, yeah?
Assuming if we traversed it on foot in the amount of feet.
The stairs would go down 90 feet. Difficult terrain, unless you make acrobatics, then you can possibly run down that, or possibly stumble. The platform is about a 60-foot diameter, but if you just cut it like that, you're going to hit like another 90 feet. Okay. Then you're going to go down about 30 more feet, and then about 45 more feet, and then about 45 more feet. It's a lot of distance.
So I'm counting 300 feet, according to what you just said. Just in straight feet of movement, not counting difficult terrain and other factors like that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I mean, it's 90 feet, 45, 45 is what you said.
I have a question.
Wait, no, 30 feet. You added a 30 feet in there too. Yes.
When the geyser comes back down, I have my storm guide. I can prevent. Oh, puppy! I can prevent rain in a 20-foot radius around me. Would this be like rain?
It is falling water. That's really cool.
Tell me what you're referencing. I'll take a quick look at it.
It's called Storm Guide. It says at 6th level, you gain the ability to subtly control the weather around you. If it's raining, you can use an action to cause the rain to stop falling in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on you. You can end this effect as a bonus action.
That's such a specific ability, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at this geyser and you're like, is this rain? Well, I mean, it's not literally rain, no. but as it's falling back down, it seems like it would operate like rain.
Right, that's what I was
If
asking.
you think that this should be of benefit, it would be a bit experimental. You're not 100% certain, but
I can
you feel like, yeah, this should be worth a shot.
I can be the guinea pig and try and go out and see.
Do
If
you
I
have
can-
any sort of ability to absorb the heat in the geyser if it should hit you?
No, I think my resistances are
Lightning
lightning and thunder damage.
and thunder.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like to experiment with this, I think the plan should be take your time down these 90 feet of steps. Don't slip and fall. Make it to the dais. Dais be hit by the falling water, but not the coming up water, most likely. So stay at the dais, and we will retrieve you. If I need to, I will quickly hop down there and get you be healed.
Well, we give it a shot.
Yep.
Okay, Lykar, brave one, you step up to the lip of the ledge right there at the start of the steps. It sounds like you're probably going to wait for the geyser to go off, and then as soon as it's done, and it looks like it's not going at that instant, you're going to start down the steps. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'm going to use my best judgment to time it accordingly.
Okay, all right. So you wait, goosh,
Quick question.
and you start making your way down the steps. Yep.
The question is there some sort of rumbling that happens like a round before it goes off, or is it just instantaneously it goes off?
There'd be a quick precursor rumble.
Cool. All right, well, now you know if you need to take a risk, basically.
Lykar, you start heading down these steps. You're not sprinting down them. You're going down at regular speed, yes?
Correct.
Okay. And you got a speed of 30 feet, if I'm not mistaken?
If he
That's
double
correct.
moves, he'll get 30 feet.
Okay. So you're...
I need an action to
Well,
to do this thing. You can use an action to cause the rain to stop falling.
doesn't it stay up, though, until you take down a bonus action?
And you can end this effect as a bonus action.
Okay, so you've got that storm guide active currently.
Okay, so
You're channeling your influence over weather and storm-like elements. You start heading down these steps. They're wet, but they're wide enough. I don't know how you feel about that, but for all intents and purposes, they're not a narrow thing. You have made it down 30 feet when the geyser erupts.
Of course it does.
Yeah. Boiling, steaming water or some sort of liquid, it smells real sulfurous, blasts you mainly from the sides of the stairs right below you, but the stairs just don't provide enough cover. You
Vince,
suffer...
would you mind muting your mic when... Sorry, it's just there's a little background noise.
Yeah, good call on that. You suffer 8 points of fire damage. I know it is liquid, but it's burning you, so it counts as fire damage.
okay.
And, well, now you get the chance to do your little testing here. And when it starts to fall back down, it kind of does like almost like there's a globe of wind around you that kind of repels off. And other than just a few little flicks, you don't think that it's really going to affect you much. This seems like a good protection against the raining geyser.
Okay. I guess I should go back up before it erupts again, and we can make our plan.
Okay, sure. All right, so you come back.
I'm on steaming.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of worked.
See that? Well, I think we need to spending quite a bit of time on that stair there is dangerous. But if we can make it to the dais, 20 feet of your protection is enough to keep us We can make a safe space on the dais before we head down again. Wait for an eruption.
Gauging what you've observed and what you know, it seems like if you're just standing in the middle of that platform, it's going to block the upwards blast, and then the falling rain is going to be shielded from his storm influence.
All right.
How far away is this dais again?
You made it. You made it a third of the way with your like you moved and dashed, going at half speed because you're going downstairs.
I think we should all go as one. We'll take the burns or whatever we need to, but we'll make it there quicker rather than trying to split us up and possibly getting hit with a blast on the way up and down. If we stick together, you can protect us from the downfall, and then we'll only be hit a little bit.
I know a spell that can absorb elemental assaults. Do none of you possess such magic?
I do.
do.
Oh,
I think mine perhaps is the same as yours.
Ah, Kivish, that's a good lad. You've studied your absorb elements.
Oh, no. I have studied that which would protect you from energy. It's
Whoa!
energy.
A great spell that one is.
Actually, question about that. So it's touching up to one willing creature, I guess, at a time, but it doesn't say anything about not being able to touch a creature, then touch a creature, then touch a creature, and do the whole party that way. I assume it doesn't work that way, but
Protection from energy, is that what that one's called?
yeah, it just says range touch, and for the duration, the willing creature you touch has resistance to one type of damage.
All right, here we go. Protection from energy. 1 hour. Okay, so you can touch any target, including yourself, if you so choose. It is concentration, though. So it does not have one of those options where you can upcast it. But I would rule that you can, and for like each spell slot above 3, you can target more than one person or an additional person.
I see. So he's got absorb elements, though. Can he get multiple people with that?
Absorb elements. Okay, I was looking at protection from energy.
Sorry,
absorb elements. Okay, absorb elements, I believe, is just you. It's like a reaction when you take elemental damage and you absorb, or you resist it, and then you deal a D8 on your next
what was Orgrim talking about?
Orgrim has that one. Absorb elements.
Okay. In that case, out of character, who is the most vulnerable to fire?
Lykar, maybe? Probably has the lowest hit points.
Alright, well, in character, Lykar is Kivish's oldest friend in this party, so that's who he's gonna cast Protection from Energy on.
Alright, so you're gonna upcast it at a 4th level slot?
I think I'll save my 4th level slot for now.
Okay, so you're just putting the protection on Lykar.
Yeah.
Alright.
Curiosity. Do you have any forms that would be useful to transform into to make your way?
Potentially, although I'm not positive.
You don't have to use a polymorph ability, but I was just thinking if you had something that was more...
I could see it. Yeah, something with a climb speed. You could get down the stairs at full speed.
Something like that.
Without having to risk like stumbling or anything.
Right. Well, because I was just thinking I don't have the ability to have a fly speed yet. But,
if you turn into like a turtle and we put you in like our pocket, you're not going to get hit with so much.
Right.
Both of those seem like helpful solutions. What about Tynan? Will Tynan stay up on the cave ledge, or is he going to go with you?
Tynan?
His pony.
The little pony.
Oh,
yes.
The tar pony.
The one I forget about.
He can... Well... Yeah, because he can't wild shape both of them. So, no, he'll stay there. But actually, that is a good idea about the climb speed. So I believe
do what you gotta do, man.
There is a spider he could turn into that would satisfy that.
Oh, sure. Okay, so you turn into a spider in order to crawl more effectively down the stairs.
Okay.
All right. And then Lykar, he has given you protection from energy, evoking primal magic. You are now resisting fire damage for up to 1 hour as long as he holds his concentration.
Cool.
I'm just gonna go as quickly as I can down those stairs, and I assume that Lykar will follow.
Kivish in spider form will, wherever possible, try and climb vertically down just to cut the distance by that much more.
Drake,
Mm-hmm.
Drake,
Oh,
how
there
fast do you
is
walk?
there is one more option for
40 feet.
Tynan.
And I can shadow step to any dim or darkness place within 60 feet.
Yes, that is a fantastic ability. Is that does that take your action or your bonus action?
That's, I'm not sure. It sounds like it's a bonus action, actually.
Shadow step.
Shadow step.
Yeah, because it doesn't tell me. You have a,
It
Yeah, it
should say
sounds
right. It should say right in there.
at 6th level, you gain the ability to step from one shadow into another when you're in dim light or darkness as a bonus action. So it's
Bonus action. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a fantastic ability. This is
Yes.
at will. You don't have to rest to get it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not even.
And that's what I was
yeah.
initially thinking.
Yeah,
of
that one's
trying
really
to do
cool.
to get to the platform. Was
Yeah.
go my 40 feet and then just shadow step onto the platform.
So yeah, you can do that. Yeah, actually you can, because even if you don't want to risk it by running down, you can move your speed and then dash. So since you're going at half, that's like full 40. Bonus action, teleport 60, and you're on the platform.
Question: is this area considered dim, light, or darkness?
The edge of the platform is.
There's
but-
a small little spot that I
Well, you
have to
have
hit.
to be in dim light or darkness to teleport. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, he's good on that.
Okay.
It's only like the very center of this chamber, which is going to cut through like 80% of the platform. That's purely bright, like sunlight coming down from above.
Nice. All right.
um,
Well, let's get on then.
Yeah, and then technically you would move 30 feet, teleport, and you have
Yeah.
10 feet left to like get into the center of the platform. So you've like barely just got it exactly what you need.
Yeah, I have like a small bit of margin.
Hey,
Now,
you're a little bit. So Drake's good, and then we're just gonna kind of play out the other three.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just start sprinting down the steps.
Alright.
Do you want to sprint? You'll have to make an acrobatics check.
Well,
to
no,
not
but
Okay, so you'll make your way down at
Yeah,
normal
I'm gonna-
speed.
yeah, normal speed. And then once I'm in range, I'm just gonna shadow step. I'm
Yep.
not gonna give them any warning. I'm just
So you've
Just
come
gonna
down,
vanish.
30 feet, and then you just disappear from one shadow and reappear into a next, and then like finish out by out to the center of the platform. You even see
Yeah.
carved runes on the surface of the platform there, and then the three allies are following suit, or at least following suit as best they can. I do want to mention one quick thing to you, Adam. There is additional option if you do like for Tynan. Summon minor elemental. You can turn him into the tar fire, and he's immune to
That's
fire
true.
damage.
That's true.
And that will last for but you're concentrating on Lykar.
Right, and that's a
Yeah.
spell slot I don't really want to expend right now.
Okay, fair enough.
I had considered that at least briefly, but
All right, fair enough. What order are you all going down in?
What's your move speed as a spider?
it's either 25 or 30. Let me check. And it's up, or it's, sorry, 20. It's 20, but it's also a climb of 20.
I was about to say it's 20, which means that you can go a whole 40 feet. We'll go 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. So you get out in front of us. It's fine.
And then wherever possible, I'll try and go down a little bit vertically.
I will let Lykar go first, and I will go right behind him. And the dwarf can go behind me. Because the dwarf has a 25 move speed.
Okay, so it's
But
gonna
he
be
isn't like
Kivish, Lykar, Noxiqual, Orgrim,
Yes.
Sounds good.
and the spider. I think it has 30 feet. Let me check it here.
It's 20.
Actually, giant wolf spider, 40
Okay.
feet, climb 40 feet.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I was looking at the tiny size spider. But I guess that is.
your choice. Do you want to be a tiny spider or medium
Giant wolf
size?
spider has more hit points in case the fire thing does. hit.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
preferable. That's faster.
All right. So Kivish, as a giant wolf spider, he just like scurries down. You're just 10 feet away from the platform. Then we've got Lykar. You're going at normal speed. You've proceeded 30 feet. Noxiqual goes 30 feet.
Yep.
And then Orgrim goes 25. Oh, I'm right behind you.
I mean, technically, I'm 25 feet and he's 20 feet because unless we can stand side by side.
Yeah, you could stand by side.
Okay. Then me and Lykar are at 30 feet. He's at 25 feet.
Okay. The wolf spider Kivish scurries out onto the platform, gets into the central region of it. Lykar and Noxiqual go an additional 30 feet, so you're like 2/3 of the way there. Orgrim is now at the 50-foot mark.
And don't go.
And goosh!
Damn it.
Off goes the geyser. All right. That is 13 fire damage. Lykar, you'll take half.
Of course.
So 6.
6 or 7? 6?
6, yeah. Whenever anything is halved, it's always rounded down, unless it specifically says round up.
Yep.
But the default is round down. Orgrim gets singed a bit there as well. Ugh!
Yeah, it sucks.
Lykar and Noxiqual make their way out onto the platform. Orgrim is at the 75-foot mark. And again, it erupts.
Jeez. What are those things in the trash, Esper?
He is going to absorb elements this time.
Good.
I'm not going to be stingy on this one. All right. That was a 17, so half is 8 damage. And then he makes it last with steam rising off of him onto the center of the platform. So you all are here, a bit cooked, but not too bad. You're in the centermost portion of the platform, away from the sides where the up blast might be, in a dangerously close. Lykar's storm power is shielding you all from any falling rainy bits of scalding geyser. The runes at your feet, I believe, are carven in the primordial script, if I'm not mistaken.
I know that, as does Lykar.
Excellent. Both you read the primordial runes, and it says, "Fight bravely, my brother. Wield the might of the aeons. Our cycle is drawing to a close, and our children shall carry on our glory." Telvantis is actually, like, I guess we'll say signed, yeah? Telvantis.
Oh, shit. So wait, Telvantis signed this note to his brother here?
It's has like a dash that's credited to Telvantis.
Mm-hmm. Well, may have quoted him, yeah.
Yeah, you know of no legend that Telvantis was actually here. It's possible, but it seems to be credited to Telvantis, this quote.
That's legit. Huh.
So words of encouragement, of power, of bravery before a great battle against the divine, and a specific part, maybe a little note that catches your eye. Orgrim certainly takes interest in it. Our cycle is drawing to a close, and he also mentions aeons.
Does any knowledge check? Do I know what what aeons are?
Make a history check.
Sure.
For aeons.
Orgrim's going to do the same.
I mean, it's definitely more than just a word.
Oh, golly. Starting off in May.
I only got a 13.
Orgrim got an 18.
I got a 5.
Oh, sorry, Lykar.
There is a theory of the world passing in cycles. A sort of birth or beginning, growth or adolescent stage, and adulthood, an old age, and it finally breaks down and dies. Many philosophers dispute this. Some claim it to be true, others have their criticisms. But those that are of the mind to put credence in this perspective say that an aeon is one life cycle of the world.
That makes sense.
Only the endless dreams carry on throughout the time. As the world is born, the world dies and is born again, Kivish says, as returning to his form from a spider.
Yes. The world could
Old Gundren
certainly
of the
end.
Silver Citadel. He would have a heyday with this.
Hmm. I'll remember these words. Perhaps they might serve us later.
Life is always bad. Life is always a battle. You win or you lose. Life or death. You must continually go forward.
Well spoken. I think we should continue forward.
Well said. I learned those words. True is the ground beneath our feet. When I was stared into the jaws of a giant crocodile demigod in a flooded water cavern before these souls came and plucked me out of there.
That was interesting indeed.
I thought I'd seen the end of me.
Nearly
But no,
did still.
it was the favor of the Mer Queen. The Mer Queen!
No.
Who shielded me from Keshabik. Savage thing.
Was the Mer Queen wearing a mask?
No, not at all. She was a beautiful mer woman.
Well, as we established earlier, gods could look like anything they choose, so you never know.
I know what I saw.
In a world created by dreams, persisting by dreams and sustained by dreams. Sometimes, Orgrim, dreams are just dreams.
This was no dream, I tell you. That fire that shielded me, it was real. I saw her.
Perhaps you saw an image.
Regal mermaid. The image of her, dancing and swimming, flitting through the flames, unscathed, shielding me against the savage Keshabik.
It's not the right time for this discussion, but Orgrim, perhaps you saw a reflection.
This is not the right time! What?
All right.
So,
Well, we only have 210 feet left to go.
yeah. You descend the stairs. Is that it?
Actually, yeah.
Are we going to be exposed the whole time going down those stairs?
110 feet. 110 feet, not 210, because the dais that we're on composed of 90 of the feet.
Okay.
120. It's 120 total. The last 45 of it is just stone flat platform.
Okay.
Just ledge down there.
Is it difficult terrain going down the...
Same thing. Yep. Yes.
You said the last 40 feet, though, are flat?
Yeah.
So that gives us 80 feet of difficult terrain.
Yeah. Kivish, are you sure you wanted to stay? Didn't want to be a spider anymore? I guess you can do it. You can do it again. You have it twice per rest, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how badly we get burned. We may need a short rest when we get down there.
Yeah, I'm already down half hit points.
Oh, geez. Even with the elemental resistance?
Well, I only have 43 hit points. I'm down to
Oh,
26.
You got hit that first time.
Jeez. All right. Well, we'll heal you.
What about your balm of the Fey Court? The summer balm.
Well, I have some potions of extra healing. I have 3 and then 1 greater. I guess I could drink one for those for now.
You could always save that, though. What about this balm of the Fey Court?
The balm of the summer court, yeah. I was thinking of using that once we got... Because the remaining distance, are we still vulnerable to the geyser? We are.
Yeah, we are.
I thought we would do it when we got all the way down, but I didn't realize he would take half of his total hit points in damage. So, yeah.
Orgrim's at 25 out of 39.
Okay. Yeah, Kivish will spend 2 dice of that.
Gotta keep Lykar alive. He's protecting us.
Right. He'll heal him for 7 plus an extra 2 temporary hit points.
So Lykar heals 7 and he has 2 temporary hit points?
Yeah.
That was a pretty nifty trick you did there, Drake fell. I might to the tunnel as quickly as you can. Don't wait up on us.
I actually was going to ask about that. Am I able to bring someone who's like a lighter weight than me
No.
along?
Not
You're
with
not.
that ability.
Okay.
You're not. Sometimes
Okay,
there
so
are
then my Falcon's
teleportations
probably
that
back
allow
up
you to
where
bring
I
other
was at.
people, and it will always say on there the specifics on that.
Yeah, it doesn't say, so that's why I was wondering.
If you could, then it would say.
Okay.
Is-
All right,
can that
then
shadow
my
step-
Falcon's probably back up with the horse then.
Okay.
Can that shadow step be used like vertically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
60
yes.
feet.
That could be.
I was
cool.
listening to someone who had made a shadow monk, and they really ran up the side of a wall, then shadow stepped up the rest of the way to get on top of the tower.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Monks
So
are cool, and you're going to have a lot of cool things that you can do that we need. Like, you'll fit in.
all right. So you were
That is
saying
true. Yeah. Well, other than Lykar casting fly, there's not a very like like always mobile character.
Mhm.
I guess Kivish can do a wild shape into a spider, so that's pretty good.
All right. I say we wait for the next geyser blast. Monk, Drakefell, you go ahead of us. Get there to the secure the tunnel. And
This
if
one's-
it's not safe, then you can let us know if there's any danger there that we should be aware of.
if it is not safe, this one shall we return. And with that, I'm going to start shadow stepping all the way to the tunnel.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Let him go ahead first, and then he can shout or whatever to us that's safe.
So, Drake, you employ the same tactic as before. You descend the stairs for a way. You shadow step onto this lowermost ledge. It's not high above the boiling water at the bottom. It is. Have it here somewhere. It is okay. It's about 25 feet above the floor, the
Okay.
water floor. So you get there. You're like making your way, across this ledge, farther away from the geyser area behind you. And Kivish, are you doing the giant wolf spider?
Yes, though to further his point that he made to Orgrim, this giant wolf spider is going to have like an emerald mage green shade hourglass on his back.
Okay.
Otherwise, be the exact same and just do the exact same thing.
All right, so you got to climb up 40 feet, so 30. All right, so you've gone 80 feet, yes?
Yeah.
You're actually getting out on like just the first few feet of that ledge at the bottom, the stony ledge. And you see again at the far side of this ledge, there's a tunnel going into the bedrock. And then so from the direction you're facing, like to your left, there's this other tunnel kind of back around to your left, though there's no stone ledge. It's literally just the bubbling, boiling water floor.
Right.
And then there's that giant tunnel at the far end, this 50-foot wide. It is above the boiling water. It doesn't have like an extending or protruding ledge, but once you get inside the tunnel, it has solid ground. It's about 5 feet above the boiling water.
I see.
This is what you've observed. Lykar, you descend 30.
Wait, where are we gonna wait? Well, never mind.
Is that right? Is Lykar, are you going?
Yeah, as soon as it
Yeah. That's what Kivish just did. He waited for it to. That's what everyone just did. You waited for it to erupt, and then no,
Let's go.
go. All right, so you go 30. You've got like 45 feet more to go to get to that stony ledge. Noxiqual, you also get 30. Yes.
Yep.
And then Orgrim makes it 25. It is not erupting.
Good.
Drake, you are at the stony ledge at the bottom, about say 25, maybe 20 feet or so in front of you. You see this tunnel going into going straight into like an actual cave tunnel.
Mhm.
It's irregular in its formation, and its width is pretty good width, 6 to 10 feet wide, easy for you to move through.
So about 2 abreast. Okay.
Do you have dark vision or normal vision?
I have dark vision.
Dark vision 60 feet from elf. Okay.
Yeah. Let me double check if I have superior or not. I'm not sure. Because for some weird reason I got written down as superior.
Then let's see, wolf spider.
Only Drow, Dwargar, and Smurf Neblin have superior dark vision.
Okay, then it's probably just basic, but I just want to double check.
Or a special eye put in by a intelligent magic item patron.
Well, that's Devil Sight. That's actually different.
Devil sight.
It's a magic eye, okay?
Oh wait, so Lykar's eye patch is like covered in green and red patterns
Lykar
with like
doesn't
a
have
number
one.
hidden in the middle.
Lykar doesn't have an eye patch.
That's him, not me.
I mean,
Hey, Lykar, would you like an eye patch? I can make you one.
They're terribly comfortable. I believe in the future everyone will be wearing them. All right. So, Kivish, the giant wolf spider, you have just, your first front paws are feeling the way out onto the stony ledge.
spiders have paws.
Yeah, technically they do.
Whatever. Anyhow, semantics aside, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
All right, so the side passage will be accessible basically by going across the water.
Or climbing along the wall.
Right.
Another
Okay.
spider.
Yeah. While he's waiting for the rest of them to get down there, he'll go at least look into it.
Okay.
It's a trap.
So you're here.
Probably.
30, 60, 80. Okay,
Yeah.
you are about 45 feet away from the opening to this, we'll call it the lower tunnel.
Oh, God.
Then we've got Lykar and Noxiqual who are going as like a shoulder-to-shoulder pair. Yeah.
30 feet.
So 30 feet. Okay.
60 feet along. Halfway there.
Yeah, you're getting. You're actually really close to getting to that stone ledge.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, you are like 20 feet away from that stony ledge. Let's see, Orgrim, he's now at the 50-foot mark. Okay. The geyser remains just inactive, just bubbling away down there. The coast is clear as far as you can see. Drake, are you staying on the ledge away from the geyser eruption? Are you heading into the tunnel?
I'm going to head just into the tunnel just so that way I can take a further look down.
All right. As I said, it's a natural tunnel, so it has irregularities to it.
All right. Can I do stealth
6 to
then
10
while
feet
I go
wide.
in?
Okay, so you're going about kind of in a careful, stealthful fashion.
Yeah, because I'm ahead of everybody else, and they can't rush to get to me. So
yeah, you're
I know
using
they're
the just the shapes to kind of like keep yourself blocked from view as best you can.
You want me to roll a
It
check on
is-
that, or no?
We'll remember that you're doing it, and then if there come to a moment where someone might notice you, then we'll have you roll it.
Okay.
It is soon after curving to your left. It's not a severe curve, but it kind of angles around as such. Do you want to keep going, take a look down, or do you want to stay where you are?
I'm going to head back to the mouth of it and just stay on the inside.
Okay, so you kind of head back a bit. You stay
So that way I won't get hit by any blast. If it
Yeah,
doesn't
you just
hurt.
kind of look at the ground like, oh, it's dry there. So
Yeah, and then
stay out of harm's.
I'm just gonna sit down into like a meditation stance. So that way, just while I wait.
Kivish, you enter into the lower tunnel. It's similar in shape to that first one. The ceilings on these tunnel is up a little bit though. They're maybe 10, 12 feet above your head, or at least above the ground.
So
What are you thinking to do
So-
in this other tunnel here?
still a good at least 6 or 7 feet above Kivish's actual normal head. It's not
Okay,
a-
so you're in spider form crawling along the wall here.
So what's down it?
All right, so you go down the tunnel a little ways. It's curving to your left, and then a little ways ahead to your right, there is it goes in. You don't know if it's another tunnel, a chamber, something.
Do I have enough movement left to take a look around the corner?
Okay, so you're crawling along, and you come across this bend, and then there's this. It opens up to your kind of like looks like another tunnel or something to your right, and you like peer around, and you see there is it's bigger than an alcove, but it's not a whole other cave either. It just concaves in for 20, 30 feet or so. There's a ledge, a natural stony ledge that composes part of it. And up on the ledge are two mephits, steam mephits. They are elemental creatures, kind of imp-like in their form. They are composed of steam. Wisps of steam are trailing off of them. Do you speak Primordial?
I speak Dwarven, Sylvan, and Druidic.
Okay, so they say something. These little, like 3 foot, 4 foot, the very biggest one of them, things. Gosh, I think they're just gonna fight off this spider. They're freaked out by this. Everyone make initiative checks.
All right.
Oh, Jesus. 6.
Pastor has seen fit that I should go first today.
I don't know if
That's
you
a
can see it.
22 overall.
I got a 1. I got that 1, so.
It happens.
Sorry, 21. 22 would be my other character. And the other thing. 21.
Yep. Just hold your numbers and I'll get them here in 1 second. Right. Who's got the highest?
So does anything beat a 21?
No.
21 Kivish. After 21. Orm got an 11. After
I got
11.
10.
10 Nox.
Oh, are we rolling 2 even though we're way up?
Yep.
I got a 16.
Right, 16 Lykar. Drake.
I got a 6.
6 Drake. Okay. Lykar and Nox, you're actually not that far up because while Kivish was moving, you guys were moving too. So where did I have you all? 60 feet, 90 feet. Okay, so you guys are on the stony ledge. And then Orgrim, he's gone 70 feet, so 30. He's gone 75 feet. All right, so Lykar and Noxiqual, you're on the stony ledge. Orgrim is like just setting his boot onto it. He's like, he just got there. You don't see Kivish. Well, I mean, you saw him as a
Did we
spider
hear
going to
the
that tunnel, but you can't see him at the moment. And Drake is sort of at the mouth of we'll call it the upper tunnel,
Okay.
the higher tunnel.
I mean, the
I thought it was at
plan
the lower
was
tunnel.
the
Or
plan
you-
was to go to the tunnel.
All right, so something's happening. Kivish, you actually get to act first. You've come across 2 of the old ones. These old, gangly mephits, steam mephits at that. They seem freaked out by this giant spider down here in their cave. They look like they're going to attack.
Alright, there's no reasoning with them at all. Alright.
I don't know. You tell me what you're doing, spider.
Yeah, well. So.
Wait, I just want to talk. Poison spits out of his mouth.
Aren't they immune to poison?
Possibly so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't remember about steam methods. I don't know. Anyway, it's wild shape. That does not affect spell casting, does it?
You cannot cast
Cannot cast
while you
spells,
are a
that's right.
spider. Yeah.
All right. So yes, and switching back would be an action.
Excuse me.
Wild shape, wild shape, wild shape. You revert your normal form by you can revert as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He will revert to his normal form. In front of them.
Problem: you are clinging onto a wall
All right.
with boiling water at the floor.
Oh, the bottom of the whole thing is. Oh, okay. I thought the tunnel was dry.
That's the higher tunnel. You're at the lower tunnel.
Okay. No, I thought both. I thought you.
They're on the Mephits are on a ledge. You can climb up
Okay.
onto that ledge with them.
Yes, that's what I'd like to do. I didn't
do
realize
that?
the whole floor was the water too.
All right, you scamper up onto the ledge. You revert into dwarf form. Their eyes bug out. Like, what the heck is this?
He looks at them. He looks at them some more. Continues to regard them to see if they're about to attack, and preemptively casts Primal Savagery, turning his hands into acidic, bludgeony, clawed fists, and
the old steam Mephits here have been thoroughly startled and spooked, and they look like they're going to defensively fight off this intruder.
So he attacks. Primal Savagery is an attack.
Yep.
So that is going to be not great. Really, really not great. It's an 11.
You strike your target.
Oh, all right. Okay. That is going to do. It's a 7, right? Yep. That is going to do 12 acid damage.
Okay. With savage primal claws extending up from your hand, you rake the one steam Mephit with acid. It shrieks. It lets out this shriek. It echoes along the tunnel. That seemed pretty effective. Lykar, what do you do?
Lykar is just going to try and keep making my way down.
All right, so you're on the ledge now.
Well, as soon as I hit the ledge, can I sprint?
Okay, heading for the tunnel?
Yeah.
All right, so you head into we're calling it the higher tunnel. You're there with Drake. You still have your action.
Now, he's in a different tunnel.
Kivish is in the lower tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the water bottom tunnel.
Okay, well, I guess for the moment, I'm going to meet up with him and get out of harm's way.
Okay, so you're with Drake. You're not quite sure what to do with the Kivish situation, yeah?
Well, I don't even know if I would know.
You saw him go in. You saw him go in there. You hear some shrieky things echoing out.
I just yell, "Are you okay?"
The voice of Lykar is like, at your back, Kivish. You have a quick response.
Or whatever it is a spider says.
No, you went back to dwarf form.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, I'm stupid. Great. Right. Yes.
Help!
I think I have company down here, and they are not friendly.
Okay,
Like this
but that's as much as I'll give you for not even being your turn. So you're Kivish is their company, like.
But he's pointing up at the surface because
I can't see him from where he is. Can I?
Of course
You
not.
cannot. Yeah. No. You would need to climb along the wall. It kind of rounds a little hump and then goes down into that tunnel. Fly? You could fly.
Yeah, I can.
Orgrim huffs and puffs and makes his way onto the ledge. Actually, he was just getting onto the ledge, so he really gets out onto the ledge. He's all worried about getting scalded again. What is Kivish getting himself into this time? He he doesn't really know what the heck to do. He joins you to Noxiqual.
Okay, I have some questions. One, because I can't imagine how this is. Can we see the lower tunnel? Like, is it across the way from our
You do
tunnel?
not have line of sight. The wall bulges out a little bit. It's at the other side of the bulge.
So
From where
basically-
you're at, it is 375, about 100 feet away.
I'm like, Kivish, you idiot, get back here. This wasn't the plan. As I dash into the tunnel for safety.
All right, so you take shelter as well in the tunnel. Drake?
We don't have line of sight, and there's no way I could shadow step to him, is there?
No, it's
Correct.
he's on his own.
All right, then I'm just going to remain where I'm at because I can't do anything. I don't have level 9 unarmored movement yet, so I can't wall run to him. So I'm stuck where I'm at.
All right. You could try climbing along the rock. It would be challenging, but you could do it in theory.
Until you get hit by the geyser.
Yes, that's the other thing. Is it?
I see that
smooth
smile,
and-
Esper.
It's
Is it smooth, or is there like handhills, and is it dry or wet?
it is wet. It's
Okay.
natural rough rock. So there's natural handholds. Just from what you've seen, it looks like it would be challenging, but possible. That the geyser and the boiling water below that gives you pause. Okay, well,
Yeah,
we'll say you're kind of like thinking about.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there still.
The methods. Okay, the methods are retaliating against the dwarf here. Oh boy. The one that you struck, he is mumbling something. It almost seems you've seen this kind of speech before, like in religious zealots. He exhales steam breath at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Yeah, this is not one of my better saves, but
Esper, you got another super chat.
Oh, indeed.
Cool. Thanks, Jared. Good to see you with us, man.
The elder gods
Keep it
giveth,
explosive runes us.
and the elder gods taketh away.
All right, you were scalded for 6 points of fire damage. The other Mephit, who is not going into zealous righteousness, he is going to disengage and he is going to fly away, screaming down the tunnel. His little imp wings, and he goes along, leaving a little trail of steam as he goes.
You said
Good
6
job.
points of fire damage, right?
Yes.
Good job, Kivish. You let them know we're here.
Kivish.
Let's see. Would it consume a standard action to kind of do that with his hands? As if to say non-verbally, don't mean for this fight to go any longer if it doesn't have to.
Okay, so I'll give you two main choices. One, you can just kind of do that and see what he reacts. Or two, you can spend your action and actually make it sounds like you're doing a persuasion check to try to, actively, persuade him or in the midst of battle, treat with him to cease this assault.
He'll
It is a
do
good question. Is Kivish wanting to slay one of the old ones, to draw ire with these children of Telvantis?
He doesn't need to. They attacked him and he defended himself, but he doesn't want to go out of his way just to kill one.
We're just here trespassing as giant spiders, and they attacked us. God.
Yeah, he'll do the former just like that, just to see, if he's gonna be even receptive to it, or he, I guess, it.
The method in its zealous consternation is not conceding, is not parlaying, nothing. He's breathing steam at you. He's fighting you.
All right. up a little bit. And there's a spell he's going to be casting fairly soon here. Actually, well, yeah, I guess he'll probably do that now. Yeah, he is going to, at the method so it can see, is going to hold up his nymph carved rosewood with black pearls for eyes, and is going to wave it around and mime it walking on a surface, and is going to step off the ledge and drop onto the water below, having cast Water Walk.
Excellent. You produce your Fey Totem, cast your spell, and you drop down there onto the water. So the ground is difficult terrain. It's like this bubbling surface. There's heat radiating up through your boots. Lykar.
Well, okay. I think I will. Who's all with me here? I got
Everyone except Kivish.
Drake.
You got Drake,
Oh,
Noxiqual, and Orgrim.
oh, he made it finally.
Yeah, we're all here. Except for Kivish, who didn't follow the plan.
Okay, do we want to
Every
go?
time.
Well, I suppose we should go help him.
I'm not going into that tunnel. I think we should stick to this tunnel.
The plan
See
was
if
just
it
to get
meets
down
up.
here. What other plan besides that?
Get into the tunnel that we're all in.
Yeah, well, you guys were taking a while, and there was another tunnel.
And you explored another tunnel off on your own where you
Yep.
could die. Okay, well, good luck. Hope you don't die.
He
It would
won't.
suck.
Not this time, anyway.
Well, golly. Lykar stands here in a moment of stupor and doesn't really know what to do.
Okay, Lykar's not sure. We'll say he's in dodge. Orgrim says, "Put flight on me. I'll go. I'm not going to let my fellow dwarf get scalded to death by mephits down here."
I'm sure that Kivish is capable of coming back here if he got
he's
himself down there.
He's getting himself to fly off as soon as you put that flight spell on him. You've done it before. We'll see it again. I love to feel the wind passing across my face and the ground lifting away. So he's got like a readied flight off of there. Noxiqual.
I say no, Orgrim. It's not worth the magic, nor the risk of you getting scalded by that geyser going off.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it hasn't gone off for a few turns.
Yeah, which means it's likely to go off anytime.
Oh, there's that smile.
Yeah.
He's
He's trying to
same
avoid it.
chance every turn. No.
All right, I say we continue down this tunnel, and if Kivish is smart, he'll come join us. If he's
Maybe they
not,
connect.
then we'll find him at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. Drake, do you like that idea? Do you want to head down the tunnel that you're in?
Yeah, this one agrees.
Okay. Let me see what kind of lighting situation we've got in this tunnel, because I know that matters to you.
We can all see in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want the geyser to go off when he's walking on the water. That would probably be bad.
We don't even know that he's walking on the water.
The tunnel that you're in here, Drake, it's dimly lit. The methods have some sort of like minor magical things to give them a bit of light so they can see well enough. So I guess for everyone, you can see as if it's bright light, but the actual situation is dim.
Okay.
So here's the question: you've gone down the tunnel a ways. You want to stay with your party, or do you want to shadow?
I'm gonna scout ahead. I'm gonna scout ahead because I think I got enough mobility that I can get back if I run into something. Warn them.
That's legit.
Okay, so you have used your shadow step and you get to this point where the tunnel opens up a bit into a cave. The tunnel is going to continue on the other end of this cave. The cave is about maybe about 60 feet diameter. It's an irregular shape. One side of the cave is a shaft. It's a pretty wide shaft. It goes up like a good 100 feet, and there are these little pockets, these rough alcoves all throughout this shaft, just honeycombing it, yeah. And there are urns, small urns, little urns, all just filling these cubby holes, yeah. You've still got some just natural shape of the wall that you're kind of using for cover to stay out of sight. But if that's all the movement you can afford for a whole turn. But it does look like the tunnel continues on if you were to keep heading in that same direction. Let's go to methods. Okay, methods. Okay. Well, you hear a method shrieking as it goes flapping down the lower tunnel. Don't mind me for just a moment here.
Oh, mind you.
Okay. Just a couple notes for myself. Okay. 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 I think I've got everything I need noted up here. All right. Well, let's see. You just dropped down there, but there was that one that stayed with you. The zealous one. Well, his steam breath is back in action, and he is just absolutely hell-bent on taking down this intruder. He up on the ledge, he points his finger down at you, Kivish. He says something in this, this elemental tongue that he's using here. And he flaps down, breathing out steam as he does. Make a dexterity saving throw. You might be muted. I don't hear you.
19.
Okay. That is a success. You take 1 point of fire damage. You're starting to hear a lot of method voices down that tunnel, Kivish. What do you want to do? You've got this method flapping. He's not too far away from you. Let's see, what has he got on that breath? 15-foot cone. Okay, so we'll say he's 10 feet away from you in game terms.
All right. Kivish is going to cast Long Strider on himself.
Okay.
And run out the entrance.
Okay. So you put some nimbleness into your feet, and you go running out the tunnel. So you got a speed of 25, right?
Yeah, so now
Long Strider was your action?
Now it's 35, so 70 feet of total with a dash.
Did Long Strider count as the action or bonus action?
Oh, actually it does count as the action. Yeah, it is.
That's the action, but that's the one that lasts for a whole hour.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've got 35 feet of movement now. Okay, so you're from there to there. Okay, so you're going along this bubbling ground here. Lykar, do you cast Fly on Orgrim? I'm ready.
Don't do it, Lykar.
No, I think we're just going to stay put. and we're going to see if Kivish shows back up. He has a tendency to kind of wander off and do his own thing, and he'll be back.
Okay. Do you ready a spell?
Well, I can't see him, right?
You can ready a
Kivish.
spell, but if that's what you want to do.
Well, I don't want to metagame it by saying I know he's in trouble, so I'm going to get ready for the...
Oh, you know he's in trouble. Yeah,
Oh,
you heard him shouting.
Yeah.
okay. Oh, then I'll ready a spell.
They're not friendly.
Well, let's see. Oh, that's the wrong... I'm glad I need another monitor. I need 3 monitors.
You just need to be in a circular 360-degree chamber.
Oh my god, my kids would never let me in it.
That'd be my dream right there. Monitors all over the place, up and down, different monitors, different pages, whatever I needed.
I'm going to ready
Yeah.
my Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt, okay. So you've got Chaos Bolt readied for if you see enemy, some sort of threat, and then you'll fire away?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty then. Kivish, you hear many a high-pitch Mephit voice, a veritable cacophony, if you will, coming from down that tunnel.
All right.
They don't sound too far away. They sound like they're getting close. Orgrim, I see the way of it then. Save your energy, Lykar, save your energy. He looks at his wand of firebolt. He is not sure what to do. He dodges. Noxiqual.
I'm going to continue down the tunnel after Drake fell.
Very well.
Do I catch up to
Kivish,
him?
the steam Mephit. Oh, sorry about that. You were asking if you caught up to him. You're not as far as he did because he did that shadow step. Also, his base speed is a little
40.
faster than yours. So you're in the tunnel, moving at the moment.
No worries.
Okay. The zealous steam Mephit does not pursue you, Kivish. He goes away. He goes back the other direction, the direction of the voices that are getting nearer and nearer. The geyser still has interrupted all these rounds.
All right.
Let's bring it up to Kivish.
So,
You skipped me.
Did I skip Drake?
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies. I did skip Drake. Okay. Drake. You see this, we'll call it the urn alcove or urn shaft. You've got a bit of cover to your side. You've got the tunnel continuing on if you step out from your cover.
What's the different distance between me and the urns?
Oh, not far at all. 5 feet.
Okay, so I'm close enough I could examine them if I wanted to get it.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm guessing with a religion check I can, yeah, I guess a religion check I might be able to figure out what they are.
Mhm.
8.
Mhm. Well, I mean, they do appear as burial urns. Two quick details, just that you're noticing here. One, the air in this burial chamber is very cool. It's real hot and steamy back there, but here it feels cold. These little urns are made of brass and stoneware. Are you actually reaching up in one of those little tiny wall alcoves, taking a lid off?
No,
of
I'm not going to touch them because
Okay.
respect the dead. I don't know how they died, especially if they died in battle. I'm not going to touch them.
Excellent. Good role playing there.
I'm not going to touch them. I just wanted to see if I could notice anything about them. It sounds like I've done
nothing additional.
Okay.
I mean, they're burial urns, that much but other details or specific lore escapes you.
Okay.
All right, so let's bring it back to Kivish.
All right, so
Stand and face the tidal wave of methods. Continue running back towards your allies.
he will offer some words of peace.
Okay.
The one primordial phrase he knows, which is "open up," and then he'll book it 70 feet away
I knew you were
towards
going to
the,
say that.
towards the race ledge. Where
Vince,
where
this
the
is a
other
running
boss is.
joke. At one point, who was, I think it was Lykar,
Yeah.
taught someone how to say open up in Draconic. They were trying to get through something that was like defended by lizard folk.
Yeah, we were at
That
the
was
guard.
me.
You were at the guard tower. Yeah, they were trying to like get through and they were like, open up. And so from now on, whenever someone doesn't know a language, that like someone else in the party has taught them how to say open up in that language.
Jeez.
Well, it was really scary because I only knew how to say that. And I'm murdering all these lizard folk, and I just keep repeating it. And they're like, "What is he saying?"
So all it is just open up is the running joke. Okay.
Yeah, well, like imagine I'm coup de
Fish,
grace someone.
are you standing there and wanting to actually try to parlay the methods?
Well, no, he can't speak primordial, so he's gonna run.
Okay, so you're booking it. You dash.
He wouldn't actually try and parlay unless one of
Okay.
them actually spoke a language he could speak.
Okay, so are you dashing?
Yes.
You are back out into the geyser chamber now,
Yep.
walking on top of bubbling water. Lykar, hold your spell.
Well, yeah. Can I see him yet?
Nope.
Okay. I'm kind of torn. I want to go help the two that went down the tunnel, but I also want to make sure Kivish is okay. So I'm just going to stay here and hope for the best. I'm just,
Okay.
Kivish, where are you at?
Kivish, you hear the sound of Lykar. Do you respond to him?
I need you to talk to some people.
Kivish, you look behind you and you see a dozen methods composed of magma, scowling, flying your direction. They're about 30 feet behind you. Orgrim says, "Come on, Kivish! We're standing strong!" Orgrim holds his ground. Noxiqual, you are in the tunnel.
I am.
Well, it's not my turn. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick.
Sure.
I kind of look back. I don't see Kivish in the tunnel yet. I'm gonna keep going towards Drakefell.
Okay.
I probably catch up with him this turn.
You're with him now.
I
With
look around.
a dash, you're with him.
Cool. I want to just look around and see if my knowledge tells me anything.
Okay, go for it.
What knowledge? Arcana?
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't seem likely. I think that's only an 11 or 12.
You're not sure. Drake, what about you? You're there with Noxiqual now. You're on mute. Okay.
Yeah, I am muting myself. Sorry. He's here. I'm going to, I guess. I'm trying to think this out. I'm just. This one does not know what these urns are, but this one does not want to touch them. This one shall move forward. Shall you rest and wait, or shall I?
There may be something to these urns, but is there any other ways through this chamber, Esper?
There's the tunnel that continues on.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going to. I'm not going to shadow step this time. I'm just going to stealth. Like,
Okay.
just as kind of also another sign of respect to
Mhm.
the urns.
I'll cover you.
Mm-hmm.
This one I
So
appreciate.
you continue down the tunnel. When you get to the point along the way that you reach, you see that the tunnel is going to go a bit further, 30, 40 feet farther on, and then it opens up into a cave, a very irregular shaped cave, but a bit larger of a cave. Let's see if there's anything else you might notice. The air continues to get colder as you're moving. Yes, actually, this cave, it almost looks like it's composed of pockets, and each of these pockets is like a living area for these old methods that dwell down here. So you are actually seeing them just in their home, doing things that they normally do. These are older methods. The one upstairs, they were, or I guess on the surface, they were wild. They were a rowdy, wild bunch, doing all kinds of crazy antics, smoking weird stuff even. These older ones down here, well, they move a little bit more slowly unless roused against fight against danger, and they don't make a lot of noise down here. So you see them in conversation. You see them, playing some sort of maybe a basic strategy game of sorts. This looks to be their living quarters here. Make your stealth check.
I am going to get 14.
14. Okay. For a moment, you wonder if one of them just spotted you, but it has no reaction. So apparently they didn't. By the looks of them, these methods some of them are composed of ice. Others are composed of dust. The same basic form, though, vaguely humanoid, kind of imp-shaped, little wings. They can walk and they can fly. Small things. Let's move it on to potential geyser. The geyser does not erupt. It rumbles, Kivish. It rumbles a bit, and then it does not erupt. You're like, whoa! It is your turn. I can't hear you.
Sorry.
Okay.
70 more feet is going to get me basically to the ledge, right?
Okay, let's take a look. You're on difficult terrain, though.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. That will get you halfway to the ledge.
Does this water walk?
The problem is that the ground beneath your feet is ever shifting, roiling, and bubbling.
Well, so water walk is move across any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava as if it were harmless solid ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that though, just
Mm-hmm.
all right. It's just
due to its roiling nature.
Right. So
your feet are feeling hot. I'm not going to deal any actual damage to you, but you feel like that feeling like if you're barefoot on hot concrete, you're like you want to get off of this.
Running across sand.
Yeah. You kind of round this bulge that's in the geyser cavern wall, and you just kind of get this grazing glimpse of the stony ledge ahead. You're halfway there. Lykar and Orgrim are there waiting. Actually, question, Lykar, did you hang back in the safe area, or did you go out to the edge of the ledge to watch for Kivish?
I think I didn't really think about it. I thought I was just at the entrance to the.
Yeah, I think you and Orgrim are back in the safe area, so you actually don't see Kivish yet. But Kivish, you are seeing the first edges of the stony ledge. You're halfway there, at least. Lykar, is your turn. It sounds like he's getting closer.
Yeah. And I'm going to yell, Kivish, where are you?
Kivish, come, lad! The magma methods are nearly on your heels, Kivish. You turn and you see them. There are magma methods and there are steam methods. And they're 10 feet behind you. They're getting ready to exhale elemental breath onto you. They're shouting at you. They're spissing. They're hissing and spitting. Noxiqual.
Yes. So the monk went ahead, right?
That he did.
And I'm alone here in this urn room.
Yes, it's cold air. It's just a shaft with tiny alcoves filled with these little brass and stoneware urn jars.
Any primordial lettering or anything like that in the alcoves?
You do see some, about what you would expect for burial urns.
Like names,
names, little phrases of, essentially method equivalent of rest in peace and such.
Headstone style little things.
Yeah, small tributes to those who have passed away.
Fair enough. I will take a moment to look and then proceed forward as stealthily as I can, going just one action. So I'm only going like 30 feet, and then I'm readying my action just in case anything.
Okay. So you get to a point where you can actually, you can get a bit of a glimpse down the tunnel and see into this living quarters.
Yes.
You're pretty far away. They're just doing their day-to-day stuff. So I'm just going to use like a passive perception on them. Go ahead and make your stealth check.
Stealth check. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm at disadvantage, but I do have bonus. So, that's really good. Plus 3. All right. Then I got a 15 total.
Okay, so you're just watching them. They're going about method life. Drake.
Okay.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, man.
I'm sorry. I gotta get used to it. So I'm still stuffed, correct?
Yeah, you're using the wall as like a cover to hide behind.
All right. Let me double check something. Okay. So now I can't use that yet. All right. How big is the cavern?
You can't see the entire cavern just because of your angle that you're looking at. From what you can see, though, you can see in 120 feet, and then just by the angle of it, that's your view blocks. Okay.
So then Shadow steps out to move forward. I'm going to
imagine just an irregular shaped cave. So if you're going like from a bird's eye view, it has irregularities, big pockets. It's pretty good size though.
Okay, yeah. No, I was trying to see if I could figure out if I could see the other tunnel, or if I could see the entire.
From your vantage point, you don't see any tunnels, but you don't know because you can't see into all those specific little chambers.
All right, I'm going to. Okay. Noxiqual is how far back from me?
Okay, Noxiqual is about 60 feet back.
Okay. Now, if I were to look back, would I be able to spot him?
Can you make a DC 15?
Yeah, he is hiding.
Passive. Oh, you're like just outside of my passive, so I'd have to do an actual.
Yeah, check. And actually, you would have to make a. Well, is your passive perception 16, 14? And then your stealth was like 15, right, Nox? Okay, so you don't see him. You can spend your action to look around and try to find him if you want. It doesn't sound like a very cool thing to do in this moment. It seems like there'd be something more interesting to do. But just to let you know, that's how that works.
Well, the reason is because I know he was following me before. So I want to know if he's still following me, so that way I can at least warn him of the map. The stuff ahead.
Sounds of urns being cracked open. No, just kidding.
I did tell you not to touch.
All right.
So
it sounds like Drake's. You're kind of looking. You're kind of thinking like, what should I do? What should I do? Give me like your knee-jerk reaction. What would you do?
I'm just going to stay put and ready in action. If they attack actually come in and attack me, I
Mhm.
will defend myself. But otherwise, I'm just going to
Hmm.
stay hidden.
Okay, so if something hostile approaches, you're gonna strike. You're
Yeah,
gonna punch
but
or
it's
kick.
it's going to be an act of hostile, not just something that flies by.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
I know what I'm gonna do on my turn, so we're good.
The geyser does not erupt once again, and Drake, Nox, you can probably hear this too, but Drake, you especially hear this. There are shouts, high pitch, method voice shouts coming from the far end of that living area that you're beholding in front of you.
Frickin' Kivish.
I'm getting this like thought of what is it? Mary? Or is it Pippin
Mary?
from Lord of the Rings? With
Oh,
like
the
the
one that's
one
always in
pebble.
trouble?
It's like clunk, clunk.
It's
Well, damn. And then like a couple seconds later,
It's Pippin.
kaboom again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Pippin took.
never took.
Patagon took.
Paragon took. That's right.
Yeah, so Pippin. All right.
Mhm.
Give me a moment here.
Next time, throw yourself down and save us the trouble.
Yes. I love that.
What
I
I'm
guess
just-
that makes you Gandalf, Dennis.
Oh, great.
And
Oh.
Orgrim's Gimli. So yeah.
He does kind of sound like a Gimli.
And,
did I miss anything just now?
Yep.
no, you're just Pippin.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. My cat, who had been sleeping for like the last hour or so, decided it was time to play the foot biting game. So he had to play the leave the room game. Anyway, that's sorted out.
I'm just making a couple notes here. Don't mind me.
All right.
And that. Okay. All right. I'm almost running out of room on my initiative rank here.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So there, Drake, you hear shouts, high pitched method voice shouting coming from the far end of this cave that is in front of you. Kivish, it's your turn. You've got a little horde of methods flying behind you, angrily hissing and spitting, fuming even, if you might want to say. You're halfway to the stony ledge.
They're fuming. Okay, so I gather them up in a bunch, and I summon a loom, and I make a sweater out of them. I'm fume weaving. But yeah, no. So 35 more feet will get me to the ledge, or not quite?
That would be your dash.
Okay.
Your dash will get you to the stone ledge.
And assuming I can then talk in addition to that, at least a little bit, Kivish will say, Lykar, say something to them. Make them stop.
Oh, golly.
Lykar, you and Orgrim can now see Kivish. You're there close to the mouth of the tunnel where it is dry, and just like looking straight down the wall, you see Kivish stepping. He's walking on the boiling water, all jostling like, and he steps up onto the stony ledge. Drake, you see some of the methods, the dust methods and the ice methods, like, what is this? What is going? You know, they have that moment of startling and bewilderment, and they're kind of older, so they're kind of taking a second to react. What's going on here? What's this shouting? What is the meaning of all this? What languages do you speak, Drake?
I only have a second.
Probably Common and Elven.
Yeah, that's literally the only two I
Or
have.
Common and Elvish. Yeah, makes sense. What do you know, Noxiqual? I guess, do you have Primordial? That's the big question.
I do have Primordial.
You do have Primordial. Excellent. Yeah, you're going to catch a word here and there, and it's exactly that. You know, attack, intruders, trespassers, what, who, how many, what, and there's kind of this back and forth. Lykar.
Frickin' Kivish.
Yep. How many of the methods are chasing him?
Enough that it fills the initiative order.
You
apparently.
don't, yeah. You don't see methods yet, but you hear a lot of voices.
Well, I'll go to the entrance where I can see what's going on.
Okay, so you're stepping out onto the stony ledge.
Yeah, to where I can see what's going
Okay,
on.
so you step out there, kind of to the center, farthest tip of it to get a good look. You see a lot of little method guys. Maybe 24, maybe slightly less.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna try to use like in a booming voice. I'm going to just try and bluff them basically in the name of Telvantis. Stop.
All right. So you proclaim that out. Make. What do you guys think? Is this intimidation or maybe deception?
Make a BS check.
I think.
Well, it could be persuasion.
You tell me what is Lykar doing? I think that's a better question.
Well, I would rather use persuasion because that's a charisma based.
All right. So you were trying to parlay them.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Roll that.
Cast friends on them first.
We're gonna be friends for just a real little bit. Then we're gonna be enemies.
I think Friends
19.
is actually the name of a spell in Tunnels and Trolls.
You got a 19?
Yep.
19. Okay. This gives them pause. It does give them pause. Are you doing anything else besides just speaking those words?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
We're
So
going to see.
you just shouted that out, and it does seem to give them a little bit of pause.
I don't know if I can make some storm cloud thingies above me to,
Okay. So you are displaying a bit of your power.
Yeah.
Okay. So you invoke some of your storm soul as you say this. Very good. All right. So we'll get back to these methods, but that gave them a bit of pause. Orgrim is near the tunnel mouth. Orgrim. Holy crap! What is he gonna do?
Better not mess this up.
Yeah, he takes a step closer to Lykar. He doesn't go out as far as you do because it's a little dangerous where you're at. But he takes a step closer to you, and he's just kind of standing there like he's got his staff firmly planted, just like, yes, listen to what this guy's saying. Noxiqual.
When Noxiqual saw what's going on, and hears the shouts of intruders. I'm just like, God damn it, Kivish. And so I was gonna go back and try and get Lykar to come with me down the tunnel because no one came with me. So I'm headed back to where they are.
Okay, so you're heading back.
Yeah, my plan is to bring them and be like, hey, we found where the Memphits are, talk to them. I was gonna, have him be the first face into their village.
Cool. All right, so you've basically just passed by the urn shaft.
I start heading back. It's
great.
For as eager as Noxiqual is to blame Kivish, his first instinct is to do the exact same plan.
Well.
All right, so your characters telepathically are debating each other.
Exactly.
Drake fell.
All right, so I can see that they're up in the swarm. Then it sounds like
they appear to be mustering. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna shadow step straight back down that tunnel because that's the only way I think I can get back far enough without needing to do a stealth check.
If you shadow step, you can. If you want to do as far as you can possibly get, you'll actually get ahead of Noxiqual by just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna back the out of there.
Yeah, you're
Because
you're about like 20 feet ahead of Noxiqual.
I couldn't see Noxiqual when I checked, so I have no clue where he's at.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna
Sure.
start.
Well, you see him now. You finish your shadow step, you're like, and he's like just about maybe 20 feet or so behind you. The methods. These are steam and magma methods that you're staring down here, Lykar. And what they're shouting different things. They're all kind of shouting, and they're shouting things like, who let you in? Oh, they broke their way in. Obviously, none of us let them in. What if it was one of the others? They would have told us first. They kind of bicker with each other, but basically they're trying to ask you like, oh, if you're, of the blood of Telvantis, then why are you a break-in? Why are you a trespasser?
Well, I'm going to tell him I didn't break in. That Guardian guy let us in. Remember that big stone Guardian?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say the Guardian saw who I really am and allowed us to pass.
They shot back things like, he couldn't have taken you past the slab.
The slab? He does not have sway over the slab. Yes. Yes. How'd you get to the slab?
Through my powers, and I'm just going to make more storm cloud rain things go on. No slab can hold me back.
Mm-hmm. You make this display. They're not really advancing so much anymore, maybe a bit, but they have largely halted their press. Kivish.
Indeed.
What say you of this? It's taking place on both sides of you.
Well, he doesn't really understand a word of it. So he.
Okay. It is clear that he has, Lykar has at least halted them. He's doing his displays of Storm Soul.
Right. Yeah. He will get up onto the ledge and assume a position next to Lykar, and then maybe parrot a few of his words, inserting in open up wherever it's applicable. And just kind of, add in any way he can to the whole fire and brimstone.
Lykar, you hear Kivish say, "Power, man, the up to be open up."
Sounds about right.
I tell the methods, this one is under my protection.
Okay.
You will not harm him.
Okay. You make your statement. The methods, they bicker amongst themselves. Some of them seem to be concerned about you, Lykar, maybe even a bit scared, hesitant, guarded. Others are starting to become a little bit like, whoa, maybe this is. A lot of them are still questioning you, though. They're real spiky personality things. Cranky old geezers, really, is what they are. Right. So that is that. That is that. Okay.
I know how to deal with cranky old geezers. Cast them in green juice.
The geyser still has not erupted. There. Okay. Okay. Actually, it is your turn, Lykar. So it seemed successful what you did last time. Do you want to try to continue this parlaying, this interaction to press your point? Do you have a different point you want to make, or other thing altogether?
Yeah, I'm basically just going to tell them we have urgent news. We need to speak with your leader. Just trying to come on dire news.
Okay.
I think what dire news is going to be. But
all right, let's see how much of force of personality this carries through. Go ahead and make your roll.
Is this persuasion again?
If you would like it to be.
Okay. Ooh, 15 plus 6, 21.
Maybe it's true. Maybe he speaks true. Why else would he command the storms? But what if this is a trick? It could be a trick.
They're bickering amongst themselves. There's a lot of bickering, but their attention kind of is turned away from the party now, and it's the magma guys and steam guys, and they're trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do. It certainly seemed to have quite an impact on them, what you just said. It looks like some of them are in favor of bringing you to speak with the council. Orgrim just stays there. He stays there in support. Noxiqual and then Drake. Are you guys just joining the party?
You know what we're doing. If you want to drop the initiative, I mean,
yeah,
it
let's.
sounds like
I'm gonna drop out of initiative, and if we need, we'll just start it back at the top of the initiative if it comes to that. So here's how things kind of size up. We've got the party on the stone ledge, and we've got steam and magma methods to one side, and we've got dust and ice methods to the other side. And the methods are essentially squabbling amongst each other. The overall tone is of complete disagreement. It seems that we'll say the hot and the cold. Yeah, we'll say the cold methods are of the opinion that you all should speak to the council. The hot methods are of the opinion that that you all need to go through a petitioning process, and if they decide that it is permissible, Lykar may speak with the council. Lykar only, and the rest of you must leave these hallowed grounds. So that's kind of their own squabble. What do you all have to say about this?
Well, so out of character here, just to announce this in case it's viable to do, and to make sure I don't do it.
Are you going to tell them to have a musical off?
So Kivish's plan he's formulating in his head right now, if he has an uninterrupted minute to cast it, is to cast Conjure Minor Elemental now, and summon potentially up to either one of each of the 4 kinds of methods, or since steam methods are only CR 1/4, maybe like, even more, to conjure a bunch of additional methods to essentially filibuster their
Do I see you start to? If I see you start to do this, I will just say I'll come over to Kivish and I'll be like, "What are you even thinking?
Well, in
Are you going to
character, he's going to bring this up. He's not going to just do it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea. What if they think that you're trying to control them, and it's insulting that you would presume to have command over methods? That's like slavery of their own kind."
Fair point. I will admit I have not studied in depth all the cultures and customs of these people. I know a little bit about what the ones up there smoke, but I do not know the ways of the ones who are...
Now is not the time for rash action. Now is the time for words and thinking through this.
On that we agree.
Lykar.
Okay, well, now the Titan that was killed here, that was Vossbrand, correct?
Yeah, Vorsbrand.
And Telvantis was his brother?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just basically thinking, I'm thinking of just going on. I want to know what's going on with my brother, and I need to speak to who's in charge.
Vorsbrand.
I mean, that's my BS. At first, I was just trying to get him to get off of Kivish, and it worked. So I think do you want me to just keep going with that?
It's up to you. I will back you up whatever you choose.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean, that was my plan, is that maybe we can speak to the leaders and see what's really going on down here with Volsbrand.
Here's the thing. We came down here to get you information. What is your end goal? Do you want to see Volsbrand, or do you just want to establish good relations with these people? Do you want to make them think you are like the literal descendant of their god's brother? Like,
Yeah, I'm just trying like almost like a reincarnation of Telvantis.
we can solve it.
I'm just trying to. I mean, like I said, my immediate goal was to save Kivish, and
Mhm.
it worked. So,
Okay. Well, now we need to consider what our goal is for being here.
Right.
well, I don't think we want the Titan to come back. I think that would be
No.
bad, detrimental for everybody in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean,
Forcebrand
there's-
coming back would be chaos, which might be in the short term beneficial in terms of like getting in the way of the Merqueen's plans, but in the long term we don't need that.
I think his time is over. His cycle, his aeon, came to an
Forcebrand
end.
can sleep the rest of this Aeon. That's yes.
But I don't think that's up to us. I think it's up to these methods. They're the ones bringing him back. So either we have a choice here. We convince them not to do that, or we try to at least curb the direction that their devotions to this Titan are.
Right, or even for the immediate, we could just see what's going on down here, and then go back to, we have that thing in a couple days. We have to assault that caverns, but at least we would know what's going on.
Yeah, ask them for information then.
Okay. Well, then I'm just basically going to tell the methods that Telvantis wishes to speak to the council on what is going on with the resurrection of my brother. Awesome.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Because you're basically lying to them at that point. You're not Telvantis. I would suggest using the verbiage or words, the scion of Telvantis, because that is the truth, and you can sell that a lot better without later on if you back yourself into a corner and they call you on their bluff. This way, it's a truth, and you can have more options.
More wiggle room.
Yes, rather than
Okay.
just claiming you're Telvantis, and then they
Okay.
disprove that.
I mean, their methods, they're not that dumb. They know he's not a Titan.
Exactly, and
But,
I'm trying to
yeah.
save you from shooting yourself in the foot now and not being able to go back later in retro.
So here's essentially what's happening. Your party is huddling with yourself and talking about all this. Meanwhile, the methods are like squabbling with each other too. So there's just a bunch of noise for a while. Yeah. So this is just going to come down to the method check here. In the end, the magma methods and steam methods opinions went out.
Which were the ones that are
the collective bunch says that they will allow Lykar to speak with the council, and the rest of you need to be out of this area while these proceedings are going on. You have trespassed. You have violated their sacred grounds. You can go up with Precious Respor and the drug fiends, and you can hang out with them. Lykar alone will speak with the council.
And will Lykar have safe passage while he's here and on if he leaves?
They say yes, of course.
Lykar, are you accepting these terms, or shall we negotiate? And my hand just kind of taps my sword a little bit,
Oh. Well.
Like the lizard folk negotiations. You remember those. They went well.
Yeah. Well, the problem is my big boom spells are not going to really hurt the magma methods that much.
No. But I mean, you can focus on the other side.
Well, I could probably wipe most of them out in one shot.
What is your plan? Do you want to take this, negotiation opportunity?
Well, I'm just basically going to, tell them you're with me, and I think I'm just going to go with that route and tell them the scion of Telvantis wishes to speak to the council, and then either we all go or. Because I don't want us all to get killed. I don't want to be down here by myself and then be like, haha.
Allow me to take a tactical approach then, if that's what your wish. You're kind of like making your plea, but it doesn't sound very compelling to my ears. So I'm going to step in and say, the Scion of Telvantis, we all serve him. We seek to complete the great task that Telvantis himself once swore to his brother Vorstbrand. We seek the death of Victario. I'm pretty sure that.
Yep, Victario.
Victoria.
Yep. This great task has been entrusted to us, and we believe that we should be present when our scion is presented to the council, so we may stand in judgment as he does.
Us, yes.
We beg the permission of the old ones to allow us to complete this mission that we have been tasked with.
Old one, great task. Open up.
I slapped Kivish on the back of the head.
The methods are firm. They will only allow Lykar to go into the sacred chamber to speak with the council. And the council will decide if he truly is of the blood of Telvantis or not.
So there's no wiggle room to negotiate at this point. Okay.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, here's my suggestion then to you, Lykar. You can they've guaranteed safe passage if they find you not of the blood. I assume they'll tell you to get the hell out, and you'll come back, and then we'll knock again, not so politely, potentially. Or we'll just go and deal with the Swamp Queen, and we can come back another time.
Yeah, I think in the long term, where someone's going to have to deal with this.
We can be a lot more direct, and we don't have to do this, but this is first contact.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should at least take the chance, and they might confirm you as the scion of Telvantis, which, I mean, honestly, you are, so you have that on your side.
Okay, yep, we'll go with that plan then.
We'll be close. If you need us, do you have a way to send a message? How about this? If you can get to the shaft and send something up into the sky, we'll be waiting up top.
Okay, well, I could probably send a spell up or something. I mean,
Honestly, turn invisible and then get to the shaft and then fly away, and we'll come for you as best we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shouting your head off.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess. Very well. I will accept your terms.
Kivish, you got a little. Do you need a top?
First, the rest of you, get out of here. Yeah, you're not welcome, trespassers. Beat it.
Are you hurt, Lykar, at all?
I have 35 out of 43.
Okay. Can you top him off a little bit, Kivish, or what do you think?
Yeah, that would be a good thing, just in case stuff gets rough.
Just in case, I'd hate for him to fall by a couple of points.
Yeah, he'll spend another 2, and that'll do actually quite a bit better. Well, a little bit better. Last time it was 7. This time it's 10. And then
Old ones, do you have another route to the surface that we might use?
A magma method coming, dripping little smoldering bits. He says, but I'll let you out.
Okay. I guess we have to risk the geyser.
He snickers at you when you say that.
Maybe the steam method, he's like made of the same stuff as
he's
the geyser.
magma.
He probably just ride it like an elevator.
He's a magma method. He just said
Well, he's immune to fire damage, so yeah, he
water
ride like an
can't feel
elevator.
good.
He just-
I just kind of
Orgrim pats Lykar on the back and he says, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
It seems like the best, most prudent plan for now. So I will find out what I can, and I'll see you in a little while.
all right. Well, I think we should
Be careful, Lykar.
I think I'm gonna use a dimension door to get myself and one other person out of here at least.
I'll walk, and this one will walk back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start going back, and as soon as I'm out of sight, I want to spend 2 key points and do pass without a trace and go stealth. And then I'm going to sneak back to where I have eyes on my car.
Okay.
Aren't you being escorted by a method though?
It's not like he was letting us out. He was going to show us the path.
No, he.
So
he
yeah,
literally
let's play this out then. Sometimes it's easier just to play it out than to kind of speculate
Correct.
ifs and whats and maybes. So there's this magma method, and he's just like, "Come on, I'll let you out." And he's just like flapping up, hovering over the stairway.
I'm gonna put a hand on Orgrim's shoulder, and I say, "Kivish, can you see yourself out?"
That I can do.
Orgrim says, "You can take him. I've got absorb elements."
All right. And Kivish with me. I take my sword and I cut, through the space again, and I will hop out.
Okay. You appear at the upper ledge. Drake, you have some teleportation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you get up onto the platform, and Orgrim is climbing the stairs as best he can. The guy does not go off. On your next turn, you're up there all the way, Drake. Orgrim continues. I think he's
Is
on the platform now.
magma method still with me? Or where's
You are farther ahead than the magma method.
All right, I want to go stealth. And I'm going to stop moving up.
Okay, so what you'll be doing is you'll go into like the cave, the scarred cave, that's beyond the ledge up there, and you'll kind of like go around the bend to your like out of sight, like in the far corner of it, and use your pass without trace, which gives you a nice bonus on stealth.
Yeah.
Just I want to make sure you're understanding this. If you're somewhere where he can just look right at you, he's just gonna see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, never mind then. I'm just going to keep moving up then.
Yeah. Because the pass without trace does give you a great bonus to stealth, but it's not invisibility.
No, I know. I don't have that yet. I was hoping I would get it, but I don't.
All right, so you look around and you think, well, actually, this might seem a little strange if I'm like here slinking in the corner and the method just looks right at me, and what the hell is this guy doing? All right, so we'll kind of like hold you where you're at. We'll get back to you in just a second. Orgrim has made it to the platform, that central platform, and he's heading up the stairs, and it goes off while he's going up the stairs. I knew it eventually would go off again. He will use his absorb elements to stave off some of the damage. Oh! 15, 17 turns into 8. He takes 8 fire damage. Orgrim is at 17 hit points out of 39. So Orgrim gets to the top, kind of sullen looking, some steam rising off of him. Are you okay, Kivish? Nox?
I offered to take you.
Yes, well, I've got my code. I stick to it.
Yes, I've heard of the stubbornness of dwarves.
The magma method says, "Come on." He flaps up to the.
I want to see how he opens the door. Yeah.
Yep, he flaps up to the slab. He places his hand on it, and he says in primordial, "Open up."
Oh my god, I'm going to beat I'm going to hurt you. God damn.
The stab recedes into a slot in the floor. On you go.
At least I don't have to knock or teleport us through the door 50 times.
Kivish politely tells the method open up on the way out.
I smack him on the back of the head.
Drake, do you go through?
Yeah, I'll go through.
Alright. Let's
So-
wait for Lykar.
So the slab, the word he says for it to close is something like "shut up," not like telling somebody to shut up and be quiet, but actually shut itself up to be shut up. And the slab races.
That's alright. I know exactly what words to use now.
Probably said shut the front door.
You Lykar. All right. So the next scene that we have here is going to be Lykar essentially in Mephit Court. This is going to take them a minute for the Mephits to get arranged. Lykar, you're getting escorted through that large tunnel that's down there.
Can you fly?
Can you fly?
He's a half-elf, but he's got magic. Come on, sorcerer. Show us your flight.
Yeah. If you're really the scion of Telvantis, you can fly.
Very well. I will cast fly upon myself.
Okay. The power of flight is now at your command. You follow the Mephits, all of these Mephits. Like this is like the breaking news in Mephit Town here. So the next scene is going to be you in the Titan's chamber with all the Mephits and with the Mephit Council, the Council of Old Ones proceeding. Now, back at the party on the other side of the slab, you are in, what is it now? It's basically a corridor that leads to where there's that like roundabout corridor with the hexagon chamber in the center and those other side chambers with all the like traps and puzzles. And then like at the far end is like those shrines and then the way out. You're just kind of waiting there. Any thoughts, any particular things you want to do? Orgrim's pacing. Oh, Lykar. Nothing. Okay, so you guys.
I don't know what I could.
So you guys are just kind of posting up. All right. So a short time
Kivish will
later.
collect Tynan from near the door and like give him a pickled resin root and maybe pull out some dice and offer to play a game with some of the people.
So yeah, you're passing your time. You're consoling and feeding Tynan, your tar pony. Orgrim looks at the falcon. What sort of bird is that?
This one is a target. And Drake is lightly petting, trying to get whatever left of the moisture out of its feathers.
That is a falcon or grim. If you went outside once in a while, you might have seen one.
Ooh.
We don't have falcons in the swamps, not that I've seen.
This
Is
one
that
is.
a bird from Bazagon?
It is. It's one of the rare birds there.
Are you some sort of beastmaster?
This one is a falconer.
Falconeer! Ah, I've heard of falconeers. They have them in Sumnerfield. Are you of noble blood?
This one is not.
Oh,
This one grew up in a monastery.
monastery.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what's with you, this one and this and that?
Yes, you have a strange mannerism about you.
Talking
Is this
about
the way everyone
yourself in the
speaks in
third person.
Bazagon?
This one spent many years on its own. Before this one finally found the monastery.
I spent many years on my own. I live on my own most of the time. And I am me, and I call me me. Why are you this one or that one?
True, but not everyone can talk to rocks and trees and such.
I?
Yeah, but you've got
Oh.
family. Your mother was trying to make sure you had plenty of rope with you. And she gave you a lunch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was the first time I had seen her in 57 years.
Lykar,
I don't believe that for a moment.
you are in a very different situation at the moment. You are in a massive chamber. The frontmost section of it does seem to be roughly hewn and a hexagonal shape. It attaches directly to the back section, which is even larger, and it is even rougher. Really, it looks just more like a massive cavity in the rock, the bedrock of the earth. There are methods all over the place. Easily 36 methods. No, I'm sorry, more than that. Easily 36 methods of these different varieties: magma, steam, dust, ice. The council are the oldest of the old. They're drooping. They look like they're just kind of constantly melting, but they're made of the elements themselves, so they don't really run out. But they almost have a grotesque way about them, like, you know, one's like eyes like drooping down, and it's almost like you're looking at these weird old melting decrepit things. Even more disturbing, or at least more shocking, at the end of the large chamber is a roughly hewn into the stone, like a standing sarcophagus. And there is a gaunt, nearly skeletal corpse of a giant. It stands some 30 feet tall, just up in its sarcophagus as such, just this cavity hewn roughly into the wall. Its skin looks like it's made of black ice, and it constantly licks with red and blue flames. They just little wisps of flames lick throughout it of these colors. You are on a central platform. The council is on these pedestals. Each one of them is on like on a pedestal around this ring. There's like 6 of them. And then all the other methods are like, they've got a little bit of distance, and they're just kind of crowded around this big hexagonal chamber, you know, talking and muttering and murmuring amongst themselves. This is a unprecedented event here. There is one other detail, I guess technically 2 things, but they go together. On one side of the chamber, there is something that looks to be a big furnace, or maybe an oven built into the rock, but it has elemental runes on it, and it looks like it's glowing really hot, white hot. On the opposite facing side, there is a similar looking structure, but it looks like it's frigid cold inside of there.
Okay.
Who are you? Our brethren claim you are the scion of Telvantis, brother of Vorstbrand.
Oh, great Vossbrand. Ah, like in unison, they're like, ah, like, oh, behold.
Well, I'll tell them. I said, my name is Lykar Telvantis. And
What is the meaning of the name Lykar? I think it means licking flame. No, it means lightning tongue. Let him speak.
As you know, we are the descendants of the great Telvantis, and if I remember right, he fell fighting Victarion, right?
Oh, Telvantis, yes. He died farting. He died fighting.
Farting.
He might have died farting. It was like a big thunder attack. He died
Victarion.
fighting
Victarion and his angels.
Victarial and his cadre of angels. Of this like dual, like at the Omen Mox and at the Temple at the End of the World, the dual simultaneous battles. The only survivor really out of all those was Victarial himself.
Oh, he didn't die. I said yeah.
Victarial did not die.
Victarial did not die. Oh, I wrote down that he killed Victarial. Okay.
He killed all of Victarial's other angels, and he wounded
Noxiqual would
Victarial,
have
but he did not
corrected
kill
you on
him.
that if that's what you believed.
So basically, I say, and ever since then, my family has been cursed. We have been hunted to near extinction, and I have came down to check on the progress of hopefully resurrecting Vosbrand. So
Who has hunted your family? Who is this enemy of Telvantis' family?
Well, it's basically,
Largely, it's been the Silver Citadel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also been pretty much anybody because they blame his grandfather for helping the Mer Queen. So
His grandfather was blamed with helping the Mer Queen of at the last second betraying the Silver Citadel. He was the Archmage of Evocation.
And I will say, the Silver Citadel has hunted the Telvantis clan till near extinction. There are very few of us left, and I wish to see, I'm lying to them, Vosbrand brought back. And once I have learned of him, of the resurrection process I came to see, I hope he becomes resurrected and he can exact revenge upon the slayers of the descendants of Telvantis.
Mm-hmm. And you don't truly mean that. You want to trick them by saying that.
Well, I mean, I really am. We are about hunted to extinction, so it's not a lie. But, I mean, I really don't want the Titan to come back, but I'm just trying.
You don't want the Titan to come back.
I was going to say, there's no one here to impress anymore. You can say what you truly feel if you're trying to be like, kill everyone.
In saying that, what's your and what are you getting at by telling them that you want the Titan resurrected to help you get revenge against those who have hunted down House Telvantis?
I just basically came down to see how it's going and wondered if there's anything that I can do to aid. I'm just bluffing because I just wanted to come down here to see what's going on, basically.
So it sounds like you're just making a general bluff to kind of gain favor with them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Make a deception check.
Okay. 18.
Good. Oh, he likes us. He's on our side.
All right. One of the elders says,
"You can help us. You wish to see Vosbrand resurrected, yes?
I do.
What are you willing to do? What are you willing to go through? What are you willing to give up?" You're half elf, right?
Yeah.
What are you willing to give up, half elf?
I would give much to see the name of Telvantis restored to its former glory, which I do want that, so I'm not lying.
So there are kind of excited murmurs that ripple through all the methods here.
It is good that you have come, Telvantis. You will help us. We are most pleased by what you have said. Come.
The council stand from their pedestals. They put their hands out, like such, like to their Oops, sorry about that. To their brethren around here, and we'll say the most favored or highest ranking out, and you can't really tell if they even have any ranks, but a number of mephits come to your side, and they are wanting to escort you forwards in the general direction of the corpse of Forsbrand.
Okay. I'm a little outnumbered, so I'll move forward with him.
Good news, bad news. Good news, you convinced them on your side. Bad news, you didn't get us brought back down as your cohorts.
Those that are clutching you are of the colder mephits, and they are escorting you towards that freezer.
Okay.
There's much excitement. It becomes clear to you that these mephits are going to put you into that freezer to greatly help fuel Vorsbrand's return.
Oh boy. Well, we're not going to let them do that.
Now, put him as in kill him?
It certainly looks lethal.
Could this be the end of old Lykar here?
There is much chanting. Whoa, whoa, boo, boo, whoa, ah, boo, boo, whoa, boo, ah, whoa, boo,
Okay.
boo.
Well, I guess I could try and...
The soul of Lykar will fuel. Yes, will fuel him.
You kind of put yourself in the situation, as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did.
You encouraged them. I would have taken slightly different course.
Well, I was just trying to get some basic information.
It's fair. Maybe you should ask them some questions.
Lykar, do you want to be sacrificed to help their powering process of Vorsbrand?
Not really.
Nope. Okay.
I'm going to try and say, now, wait a minute here.
Okay, you want to try to talk your way out of it?
Well, I do, yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to be thrown in the freezer of death.
All right. So you turn around and you say, "Oh, hold on." All right. What do you say?
This is not what Vostbrand would want. To kill a descendant, a scion of his brother.
One of the elders says,
Who are you to say what Vorsbrand would or would not want? I would gladly sacrifice myself.
Mm-hmm. I knew he was going to bring up that argument. They've already got like hundreds of these.
Well, I don't know if this is... I'm like really outnumbered here, and I don't have any like teleports or anything. I still have my fly spell.
Invisibility.
Am I still flying?
"How long does it last for?"
Hour?
I have to look.
If it lasts for an hour, you still have it. If it lasts for 10 minutes, you do not.
It's definitely not 10 minutes.
I'm looking.
Up to 10 minutes.
Wait, what?
It has been longer than 10 minutes.
Damn. All right, maybe.
You still have a spell slot to cast Fly again.
I do. I have. That's a 3rd level spell. How many 3rd level spells can I cast? I can cast 3. Oh, golly. Well,
The mephits are trying to drag and pull you
How long is it?
as you balk and stall out here.
Come on, get in there. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt for long, but oh, is it gonna hurt?
well, then I'm just going to cast. Well, I can't. I have to cast. I'm going to try and cast Fly, I guess, and hopefully try and cast Invisibility and try and get out.
Are you just going to do that while they're dragging you, or do you want to... I'm sorry, I can't give advice. I
Yeah.
really want to
Yeah.
keep Lykar alive.
All right, so it sounds like flight is your preferred spell at the moment. So let's play this out in initiative. I think this will be the best way to do this.
So, I mean, how many of these guys are grabbing a hold of me? Like a bunch?
There are 4 of them grabbing onto you at the moment.
All right. I think I'm just going to cast... Golly. I don't even know really what to do. I think I'm really in a pickle here. But...
Okay. Well, okay, we can skip the initiative, but still we should have kind of a back and forth of Lykar and Mephit stuff here. So you want to cast Fly, is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to try and cast Fly. I don't have to fly, so they wouldn't know I have flight.
Mm-hmm. All right. You must gesture for the spell. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Somatic component.
Fly. Components VSM. Yep.
Make an athletics check.
Okay. 16. Athletics.
They've got 12.
16, yeah.
16, okay. So they're not very big things. And even though there's 4 of them grabbing at you, you like pull your arms free enough. You cast Fly on yourself, and you start flying away. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep, I'm gonna fly away as fast as I can, and on my next turn, I'm gonna try and cast invisibility, and hopefully I can squeak out of here.
Yeah. The issue with that is that they're both concentration spells, so you're not able to stack those up. But what you've done is you've started like flying as fast as you can, and they're like, "Whoa, stop him! No,
not now! It was so close. Yeah, come on."
So you can go 60 feet with that. So you've gotten basically to the exit. Now this is a wide exit again. The tunnel is like a 50-foot wide tunnel. So like you're starting to like get right in there into the tunnel. And Mephits are like coming up, flying, like flapping behind you. Now you fly. Now that you have the spell on you, you fly faster than the Mephits can. You just gotta break free. That's it. If you can just break free, because you have the grasping, scrabbling Mephit horde at your back. Make another athletics check.
17?
Natural 1. Okay, you rip yourself free of the Mephit horde, and you go flying out of there. You fly into the geyser chamber. Are you heading up?
Oh yeah, straight up.
Okay. They're just like shouting from behind.
Hey, Lykar, get back here! We want your soul!
Yeah, come on!
I feel like this is some really cheesy 80s movie.
It feels like it.
The geyser's not erupting currently, and you fly out into the free air of daylight, and you see a few other Mephits, like from Precious Respor's crew. Vince, there's like a Mephit, there's like a surface Mephits and then the old ones below. They don't really like each other, but yeah, they're associated, but they have some conflicts of their own. So there is a leader of the upper ones. His name is Precious Respor, and he's a bigger one. He's more powerful, and he's got a bunch of Mephits of his own. And they're real. It's not a very polite or pleasant place to be. They're kind of like drug fiends and crazed things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you see a couple of these just we'll say surface Mephits that just happen to be nearby as you're like, ejecting out of the geyser crater, and they're just like, "Whoa!"
But we see Lykar flying out, right?
You guys are on the other side of the stone slab.
I thought we went back up because I told Lykar that's what we were going to do.
Oh, okay. That's why I was asking you guys. Like, what are you doing? You're just like,
I'm
we're
sorry,
just
I didn't
playing dice
understand.
and hanging out on the other side of the slab.
I
Okay.
apologize. I would have clarified if
All
I
right,
had.
so you guys are up top, and you
Yeah.
see Lykar flying out. I think this might be a good place to pause at. It's like this snapshot of the party's like waiting, like Orgrim's pacing nervously, and then here comes Lykar like shooting out of the shooting out of the geyser.
Man, that's frustrating because I'm like, there's so many things I want to do.
Yeah, you got
well.
a good place to pause here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We pause it
Guys,
on
I
kind of like
almost
a
bought the farm.
holy crap. That was a couple good athletics check on Lykar's part there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with my -1.
Yeah. Well, they're not very strong either. The strength is
Lykar.
not their forte.
Next time you have a bunch of chanting cultists trying to make you volunteer yourself to be sacrificed, play it off like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna do it, so they let go of you and don't drag you and throw you into the volcano. Get up to the edge of the volcano and then be like, fireball, run. Just a thought.
All right. So I'm going to end the broadcast here. We can chat for a little bit. Thank you, everyone who was watching this. It's a pleasure to have you along as our viewers. Anyone who did the super chats, super awesome. Thank you so much. Big thumbs up. Thank you guys very much for playing with me this evening.
Always nice to have a chunk of the 25,000 out there.
Yeah. Oh, milestones.
Yeah.
Should we do milestones, or should we kind of like have the milestones like, well, I'll give it out once we're kind of done?
That's up to you, Esper.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like, there's definitely some milestone stuff going on. I'm just gonna like have that on pause as well, and then we'll get that figured out. Once this whole area is wrapped up, or at least until you guys finish up with this chapter. All right, so
some.
All right, thanks a lot. It was great gaming with you guys. Thanks everyone who watched, and I'll see you next time.